Hi, everybody. We're up here tonight. We got a question and answer panel. We're still waiting on 2 or 3 people to show up. They're having a little bit of trouble clicking the links. We've got Roger from Muskrat Adventures and Brad Cadell from Tidal Weights. Is that how you say it, Brad?
It's close enough.
Go ahead and say it for us.
It's Cadell.
I say that is how I say it. Everybody says I say it wrong.
Everybody says it's a little wrong.
I'm the only one saying it right.
Yep.
I don't even know what a right is.
When you don't take a left.
Oh, I thought you said right. I thought you said right.
Oh, yeah, I said right.
Hey, what's up? Welcome, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. We know that Panfish Nation is still going strong here as they wrap up. We just didn't want to lose anybody as we were trying to get started here. People show up and say, hey, these guys ain't even on. So we'll hang out with you all until Panfish Nation wraps up, and then I'm sure we'll funnel some folks over. But hello and welcome.
Howdy. And here we got Cause below us.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Cause.
Hey.
And she dropped a video today, so everybody needs to check that out.
Yep.
And what do we have here?
We got Mr. Matt.
Matt from Wants to Be Outdoors. How are you tonight?
What's going on? Pretty good. How are you guys doing? What's going on, Roger?
Doing good, buddy.
Yeah, I've been busy all day.
You've been busy all day doing
Sounds
nothing?
Yeah, you said he was working on some rescue stuff, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, search and rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you still in the military?
Do what?
Are you still in the military, or you just got a job that works in that area?
Just a job.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just making sure.
Yeah, I'm not in anymore.
Gotcha. Well, Jody, you got some folks tuning in from chat there. You want to do some shout outs before it piles in too quick on you?
Sure. I'll start from the beginning. We've got Annette Morgan, Off the Res Catfish Hunter, Real Beast, Pork Chop, and we've got Matt's in there.
He's multitasker. I can't do
I know it. Denise Morgan. James Kirkpatrick. I knew there'd be a Kirkpatrick somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then we got Kevin Baker. Tag You're It. Don R. How are you tonight? Dale Hayslip. LG Bass, my partner in crime.
There you go.
Mike's Fishing Home, which is my CFF.
Dale Hayslip is in all the chats. Even every now and then I'll just see somebody random that I don't even subscribe to live, and I'll just jump in their chat and just listen for a little bit. Dale will be there. I'm like,
I know. He's always around. He's a big supporter of everybody.
Very big supporter.
And you got Mr. Tim Molina, Chris Everett, Real and Virtual Outdoors, Old Mechanic. I met him tonight in Ernie's.
There you go.
Fishing Chick, Patty. CVA. Take Down Catfishing, Boogeyman Kenneth. Michelle, It's All Mine. Chris Davis. Tim Donna. And I think we're winding down right here. Backwoods Mindset. How are you tonight?
They ain't winding down. You're going too slow.
Oh, Steve Adams, Catfish in the Mississippi. Amy Evans. I talk slow though.
That's okay.
Yeah, Chrissy Brown.
You got Jersey River Rat, Don R, LG and Michelle, Steve Adams, Frank, Chrissy Brown, Lance McCoo guy.
Brad taking off.
That's right. He knows his
Pork Chop in there. There's Melissa. I'm sure Hog Leg's probably pretty close.
Oh yeah.
Fishing Local 252. We got Mr. Ernie Brown. He probably won't get much sleep tonight. Thinking about that deer.
No.
I remember those. I remember those nights very well.
It's cold enough to where you can let it lay if anything happened.
Did you just get Dink over Stink?
Nope.
Dink over Stink and Fat Boy catfishing.
You got Amy Evans in there. Lee.
Mhm.
Mike's fishing home.
Lance.
Tim Molina's in the house. How you doing, Tim?
Jimmy Graham. Garv Morgan. Jersey River Rat. Fish in the Mid-South.
CVA.
and
Real Beasts.
Frank Lampron. I think we're about got them now. Whooped.
That's right, Dale. We got muzzleloader season opening up this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it or not. I want to go, but I just can't stop fishing. Uncle Lou says he's still not feeling well, so I hope you get to feeling better, brother. The show must go on.
I hope you feel well, Lee.
That's okay, Uncle Lou.
Did you ever hear anything from Stan?
No. Mm-mm.
Really? That's not like him.
I know. He usually opens it up immediately.
I actually messaged him the other day, and I haven't got anything back yet either. Hope he's doing okay.
Well, I messaged him just 2 days ago when we was talking, but what I sent
I
him
seen him in
yesterday.
chat.
he
Was it
didn't open.
yesterday?
Yeah, I've not seen him today though. I don't know.
I haven't seen him today.
I'm going to take a look here and see when the last time he was active. Just to
Okay, if anybody's got any questions they want to ask anybody on the panel, just start writing them in and we'll try to answer them.
Brian
somebody
says
said-
Stan is under the weather. He is getting some rest. Man, he's been
Good.
not feeling well for a couple weeks now. That's
Mhm.
rough. Well, Brian B, there's still room for you if you want to come up and
Mhm.
help answer some questions.
I think he's working, but I told him he'd come up whenever he wanted to if he wasn't working.
Brian B gets he's got an open door invite everywhere. He's one of the guys that just fit in every crowd.
Well, he's a good friend and dependable and always there to help you out. So that's why he's always got a spot with me, no matter what I'm doing.
Yep. And Matt, it's good to have you up on screen with us. We was talking about big supporters there for a little while, and Matt, we want to be outdoors, man. You're right there at the top of the list. Every live stream, far back as I can remember, you've been around for a long time, supporting channels.
Does a lot for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Try to do what I can. I try to help everybody, support everybody.
If you want to talk about your channel or something in a few minutes, I'll find your link and share it.
There you go.
Or you want to talk about yourself a little bit? You don't have to if you don't want to. If you're shy.
You talking to me?
Yeah, talking to you.
Oh, sorry. Well, I named my channel Want to Be Outdoors just because I like being outdoors. I like hunting, fishing, camping, kayaking, and just being out in the wilderness. It's basically my therapy, my mental and physical therapy. If I do too much, I'll know that the next day I'll be hurting, but it's still worth it. I don't just go after catfish. I basically go after catfish and panfish, but that's basically it. I don't fish for the B word.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do. It's
never
bait.
have actually. Oh. But never fish for bass or anything like that. So.
Now, when you say you go camping, what you primitive style camping and a tent and all that stuff?
Yeah, primitive.
That's what I like. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm getting old, the sound of a camper sounds pretty interesting anymore. But I've always truly enjoyed the the tent and fire and all that.
Yeah, but if you get too used to the camper, then you'll be glamping instead of camping.
Yeah, that's right.
You get burnt.
But yeah, I go and I do the whole, get my own wood and everything like that, and set up the tent, fire pit. So usually, sometimes I'll eat what I harvest. So I need to harvest something. If I don't, then I still have backup.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely entirely on my hunting skills or fishing skills.
Well, it's still season for us for deer. It's bow season right now until February 28th, and then we're done.
Yeah, we're still in bow season for deer here. We have, I think, 2 or 3 days for muzzleloader season.
Going on, everybody?
What the crap?
BLB in the house. John Parker. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas, John.
My phone.
Where'd it come from?
Are you two commenting on us other channels? Somebody is. Somebody had picked up Has just then.
My phone just decided it was time to listen to some Has. My screen was off and everything. I have no idea how that
As
happened.
is everywhere.
I can't believe nobody's got any
You can
questions.
hear him.
That's how he's getting them numbers. He says, "Listen to me now."
Yeah.
Yeah, right there's the question for Matt. How did you get into fishing? From Chris Usselton.
Well, it started out with my dad. Actually, my grandfather and my dad. But the more I grew up, it was more my friends and their families. Wasn't really much of. Didn't really learn much from my biological parents, but from my friends, their grandparents and their fathers, so like that. That's how I got into hunting, and then it just led me to the military. So I just like being outside. I can't be stuck behind a desk. I can't do it.
Yeah, I get that.
But ever since then, I just progressed. I'll fish any way I can, and anywhere I can.
So when it comes to hunting, what animal, what game do you chase?
It's been a lot. I've hunted bear, elk, moose. I've hunted deer, hog, quail. Small games.
There you go. You ever hunted
Pretty much
turkey?
Turkey. Oh yeah, turkey. Yep.
That's addicting.
Yeah.
I like turkey.
Yeah, it's addicting. But my favorite animal to hunt is hog. I could hunt hog over everything any day.
Really? I've never done it. I want to do it, but I've just never had an opportunity to do it yet.
Yeah, and I don't use dogs. I basically just go out and look for signs, and then I'll sit. So kind of a spot and stock.
Gotcha. Bob says he hunts Little Debbie's.
I like that comment.
We got Chunky hanging out with us.
Howdy, how are you tonight?
Rustic Outdoors is in here. Let's see, I've seen somebody else.
Rusty. Hey, there's Brad.
Joy.
Hey, Brad.
Joy's tuning in as well. Thank you, guys. Quiet Man Curtis.
Well, let's
right,
get started on calls. You want to?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. So you dropped a video today, and I checked it a little while ago, and it looks like it's been a pretty big hit so far. A lot of the comment section is usually where you pick up your engagement. So one of the analytics that YouTube really kind of sticks to is that interaction in the comment. Who changed my name?
Oh boy.
I seen someone blush earlier about this.
Yeah, me. So anyway, you got a lot of engagement on the video. It looks like it's doing really good. So there was a question somebody asked: When did you get into fishing?
It is. It has gotten a lot of interaction and a lot of views, and I just have to thank everybody for that. I can't see chat, so I don't know what's going on in chat, but I've checked it all day. Like I feel like a little teenager checking on her boyfriend, and it's just been tickling me to death. I've been answering and trying to reply to people, and I'll get everybody replied to, but I just can't thank everybody enough for taking the time out and watching it. It really means a lot to me. But I got into fishing. When I was young, all of my family hunt and fish. Literally everybody on my father's side of the family. So I grew up fishing. We bass and fish for bass, crappie, stripes, just whatever. But my father would never take me catfishing. So now that I go to fishing on my own, I learned how to bank fish and really learned how to catfish. Well, as much as I have learned, I've got so much to learn. But yeah, so now I love catfish and I'm addicted.
The tug is the drug.
It is.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Yeah.
The anticipation.
Yeah.
And I usually, even when I catfish, I mean, I've always got catfish rods out, but I'm usually fishing with another rod. A lot of the times I'm fishing for bait, or I'm just throwing a rod, just seeing if I can get a bass. I like to catch everything.
Right. Absolutely.
See what we got.
Yeah, I tell you, the energy that you and Jodi had on that live stream was really, really fun to watch. We were, at least on my side, I was laughing and having a good time as much as you guys was on the boat. And, that's really good to see. Not only, not to get deep into this, but, as two female anglers out there, doing it by yourself, it's really refreshing. And then, just a good time that you guys had, just genuine laughing, and it's just good for everybody. And it was refreshing to see. I enjoyed myself.
Especially a
Thank you so
Spoonbill.
much.
Yeah, we had a good time.
We had a great time, and we've just become dear friends, and so it's just really wonderful. And yeah, we worked really good on the boat together. I mean, what I didn't do, she did. We just jumped right in there the whole time, and it's great to find somebody to work that well with. Sometimes that's really hard to find, and we just bonded immediately. So yeah, it was a great time. I can't wait to go fishing with her again.
Well,
Yeah, that was our first time fishing together.
Yeah,
that's the only question I really got left is when are you going again? We want to see more.
We would have went tonight if it hadn't been snowing. But she's going to fish. I asked her if she'd fish the whole month with me on Thursday. She said, yeah.
Oh, boy.
So hopefully this coming Thursday, a week from today, we'll be out there. Fingers crossed and weather permitting.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And have I trout fished? Chris Usleton. I see that when Jodi popped it up on the screen. No, I have not. I have never caught a trout. Like I said, when I was growing up, the only person I ever went fishing with was my father, and he basically fished for bass, crappie, bluegill, or stripe, and that was it. So if we didn't really ever fish for anything else.
I love trout fishing.
Amy Evans had a pretty good question. What advice do you have for beginning female anglers?
Oh, that's a great question.
I think get involved, finding people in your area that fish your waters. Because you can get it on YouTube and you can find a lot of information, and a lot of it is great. And I have incorporated it and used it, and and will continue to do that. But as a new angler, and if you've not been on the water before and you don't know anything about structure and where things are and all of that, you need to kind of tune in on the people who fish in your area, and see if they've got videos and look for them. And then once you kind of get the basics of where you're at and what you're fishing, then you can branch out and really start learning techniques and different ways to tie rigs and all of that. Just always be safe as a female angler, because I know I fish at night alone a lot, and you've really got to be safe out there.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Oh, Ernie.
just in there stirring it up a little bit.
Yep.
Pot's getting just a little deeper.
He's a day late and $1 short. Now, that was last week.
Hey,
Another,
Ken,
I don't think I've ever seen
Oh,
you
God.
so quiet in a week, and that you have in the last 2 days.
Hey, me?
there's Danny.
Oh yeah.
It's so awful.
Yeah, that was funny part of the video.
We didn't know what the fish was, and we was just calling out names.
I like the upside down recording. That's what I liked. I was like, what happened? All of a sudden, I'm like, what's she doing?
Well, look, it was so funny because what you didn't see and what you heard is grunting and everything, but what you didn't see is bless Jodi. She laid down on the boat, reached down and grabbed that big old fish by the tail, buddy, and we yanked that sucker up. We just jumped right in there and got it, you know. So it was funny, and it was far out, and I didn't have on my glasses, number one, and I seen the snout, and I knew it didn't look like a gar body. But I didn't know what it was. And I'll be honest, before I caught that fish, I didn't even know they were in our waters. And so once I caught the fish and figured out what it was, then I started reading about it and actually seeing, you know, what kind of fish it is and learning about the species. So, yeah, I'm glad that I caught it. Will I ever catch another one? If I know they've got some there's some snagging videos on there on YouTube about, you know, how to snag them, and I've watched a few of those, but that was just a lucky catch. I'm just really blessed to have got it. It's probably a once in a lifetime.
Well, even though you didn't realize they were native to your water, I'm pretty sure barracuda is not native to your water.
Right.
However, that was not off the table.
We were losing our minds at that very moment. I have no excuses. It was funny.
As soon as I seen it, I knew exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not. I had no idea. And I had to ask Jodi like 5 times after that, what was it again? Because like I said, I didn't know. And then when I read about it, it's so interesting. It's such an ancient fish, and you know, it was so interesting. So no, I'm really tickled to death that I got it.
It was a stick nose.
All I know is it was a fish and it landed on that boat and we got it in. That's all I cared about. And that sucker was 38.5 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another question.
Yeah, Tim Molina says, what does Cause do for a living? I answer for a very well-known pharmacy company. Basically, if you have questions about your insurance, or if you have questions of if your prescription is going to be covered, if it is or it's not, then I'm the one you speak to.
Very important.
Well, you know,
as long as it's not the VA, you're good.
It's not.
We've got another question from Joy. Do you have concealed carry when fishing alone? I don't hide mine. I carry it. They're laying there ready to use, so I don't hide mine.
But I don't hide mine either. That's what I was just getting ready to say. I wear mine where people can see it, because you come up on me and you're going to see that on my hip, and then you're going to see my dog, my 80-pound boxer. So you can take your pick which one's going to come first. But yeah, I don't play around about that. I'm very safe and very aware of my surroundings and what's happening.
I always got a gun on me.
I guess I do conceal. Like, I'll have mine in the pocket of my coat if I'm out, like on a bank. But if I'm on a boat, I've got it on the floor by the driver's thing, you know, by the driver's seat. I don't carry it around on the boat. It's just laying there. But if I'm on a bank, it's in my pocket.
Yeah. Well, you know, my dream and what my goal is to get a kayak before, you know, in the spring. And I'll definitely have it with me. I didn't bring it, you know, of course, when I fish with you. But, yeah, normally I always have it. Always.
What about you fellas? Do you just carry when you're fishing?
I always have a gun on me.
I've never even owned a pistol. I want to. Just no good reason that I don't have one, but I just don't have one.
I've got 3.
I've got a couple.
Got a 38, a 9, and a 45.
I got a few here and there.
I grew up shooting. I mean, I grew up shooting, you know, shotguns, muzzle loaders, pistols. I grew up shooting all of that. So I know how to shoot. I'm a good shot. And I've always had, you know, handguns or rifles in the house for protection. But when I started fishing alone, that's when I decided to, you know, to get a small gun and keep it with me at that point. I've never had a reason to carry before, really, outside of my home. But yeah, it's dangerous.
Arkansas is a constitutional carry anyway, so you can carry anywhere or anything.
Tina's a new one on the scene, or I've just recently been seeing her the last couple of weeks, and she don't know what a skipjack is.
It's a herring.
Freshwater herring.
It is catfish candy, is what it is.
Here in Tennessee, yes, ma'am.
You catch them at the dam, or right now they're around the boat docks right now, and back in the creeks. And you catch them on a sabiki rig or a Foley spoon, a little fly.
They're a sight-oriented fish, and they eat other fish. So when you're fishing for them, you're mimicking other fish, small minnows and shad. But they're a sight fish. Once the sun goes down, you're pretty much not going to catch them. At least I've never heard of anybody catching them after dark.
Yeah, not usually.
I've caught a couple, not a ton, because I haven't been out on the boat. But when there's been a school jumping, I've caught a couple at night. Yeah,
I've even caught skipjack on swim bait.
Have you? I haven't caught them on anything but a spoon.
The skipjack is a great catfish bait. It's very oily. Has a strong odor to it, and they're a very bloody bait compared to a lot of the other bait fish. That's why it's considered one of the best catfish baits, just because of the amount of blood and the oily meat that it has.
Yeah,
and stripers with it too. I catch a lot of stripers on it.
Yeah, stripers like it.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. This is the perfect place to ask questions like that. It's kind of one of the reasons, like we talked before about my show, kind of diving deep into stuff, is there are people that we just kind of assume, know what we're talking about, and we kind of roll right over top of stuff, but slowing it down, and for folks that are new or folks that don't know exactly what we're talking about. So that's a good question. Always never be afraid to ask.
Exactly. And I don't see that great. So if I skip over a question, or if I pop up something that ain't appropriate, it's because I can't see it.
Lance had a question earlier asking each of us if we considered the spoonbill a catfish. I, for one, do not.
Whenever I started looking it up, I searched it as a spoonbill for catfish, but as I started researching it is not a catfish. Some things on the internet do say that it's a catfish, but more scientific studies say that it is not.
Yeah.
So
everybody just relates them to catfish because they look so close.
Yeah, that's about the closest thing they look to.
It was so cool because if you've never seen one, and of course I would have never known this if I hadn't caught it, but they have electrical sensors on them because they don't, like Roger said, they're filter feeding, and the electrical sensors on their skin, they look like leopard spots. They're so cool. It was so interesting. That fish was so interesting to look at. I wish now that I had done the research on it and knew what it was, that I had looked in its mouth and I looked at a couple of different things before I let it go, because now I know I probably won't catch another one, but I appreciate it so much now that I've learned about it. I was so lucky to get that fish. What'd
you guys think about the feel of the fish? It's the skin on the fish. Pretty wild, ain't it?
Very interesting, yes.
Different.
Yes.
A lot like a shark.
Yeah.
Yes. Not slimy, but yeah, more like a shark. Yeah.
Chris wants to know, does anyone use a cast net for bait?
Oh yeah, every single time.
No. No, I catch
can.
mine.
I usually do when my shoulder allows me to.
I throw the cast net. I throw for shad, and I guess shad's the only thing legal I'm allowed to keep. So shad's what I keep.
I want a cast net. I just don't have one. I don't own one, so I just catch my bait so far. But yeah, of course, once I get a cast net, of course I'll throw a cast net. Absolutely.
Up where I'm at in Ohio, the availability to catch skipjack year round just isn't there, and so it's the gizzard shad for us primarily all winter long, and so I throw a big heavy cast net, big as I'm allowed, as big as I can handle, and as heavy as I can handle. That's what I throw.
Yep.
Yeah, it's same about me. I can't handle that much of a heavy cast net anymore because of my shoulder. But I had surgery and they put screws and bolts in my shoulder. But I usually go for sucker, gizzard shad, and whatever else I can catch in it.
Yes, sucker is a great bait, man. I like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually pretty good at pushing the cart down the aisle to find the chicken.
That's where you catch yours at.
Sometimes Jason used the cast net, and it's a very useful tool. I mean, if you're going for shad, yeah, you get your fill of shad pretty quick with a cast net.
Yeah.
Yep. If you can find them, and it's kind of like anything else. You learn about the habits of your bait, and that's really one of the top things you should learn, especially being new, is learn exactly what your bait does in different scenarios and conditions, because that's where the fish are going to be. So learn what your bait's doing, unless it's in Kroger's.
Brad uses a cart net.
I like that Mid-South.
What was it? A cart net. Freddie's
One
in
thing
the
I want
house.
to really
What's up,
focus on is catching carp this year. I want to really focus in and learn how to catch carp. I've caught them accidentally, bass fishing and things, but I've never caught one trying to catch one. So I definitely want to hone my skills on catching carp this year to use this bait as well.
Hey, Ernie the Hog Snatcher. We've got a question and answer show tonight. And if you want to come up, you can let me know.
This is Scooter, everybody. It's my fishing dog.
Red horse suckers are super bloody also, but yeah, I like red horse suckers. Any suckers really, but I like the red horse.
Yeah.
Creek chubs are another really good one to use if you got them in your area. I mean, they take a little bit of work to catch them, but if you get a few of them, they're worthwhile bait.
Yeah, they're really good over here. Those and the red horse suckers, gizzard shad. I mean, they all basically, except the sucker or the creek chub, run in the same area up here. I mean, I could go to one area and catch all three. So, I mean, and not walk, but maybe 10 feet.
Yeah, you usually find it pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope I didn't miss anybody's questions. I think I've kind of gone through them.
I wanted to know what a shad is.
It's the other chicken.
It's the other chicken.
It's the chicken of the river.
Yeah, it's kind of like the vegetarian version of a skipjack. The shad eat plankton and algae. That's their entire diet, and they don't eat any meat of any kind. So you'll find them on generally shallow water because they're looking for plankton and algae growing. A lot of times, if you're in a lake or reservoir and the wind's blowing one side or the other, it'll actually push your algae and plankton to the blown side of the bank, and that's where your bait will typically hang out because there's more readily food available for them there.
And if you can't catch a shad in a cast net, put some algae on a hook and throw it out there.
I've never done that.
You never done that?
I'll have to send Uncle Lou some pictures of some nice shad.
Yeah, we've got some dandies around here.
Mm-hmm. Roger, you've got a question.
How bad will the River Princesses lose this tournament asking for a friend? Okay. You and Chad, just chill out. I don't know how bad I'm going to lose, but I'm going to beat you. So how's that?
Uh-oh.
As long as I beat you, as long as I beat you and Chad, I've won.
Roger's coming. Roger's coming.
More women need to fish.
Joy Stewart. More women need to fish. Lake Fork has a group for single women. Do you take women fishing? Well, I plan on taking some women fishing. I'm starting with Cause this month. Then I'll try to find me someone else for the next month. Try to spread it out a little bit to get more people, used to the waters I fish, because it's a little different from bank fishing and ponds and stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought that'd just be a good experience to get other ladies on the boat.
I like to put anybody on the boat. I don't care. Anybody that's wanting to learn and just go out. Obviously, it's fishing's fishing. There's never a guarantee you're going to catch fish, but especially if I take somebody new out, I try to, whatever questions they may have about the river itself, reading their electronics, anything that I've learned over the time I've been doing this, I'll try to share and help people with. Just give them the confidence they need to do it on their own, or try harder, or try new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always got to put yourself out there to try new things, especially if it's with other people and they can show you new things. You never stop learning.
That's right.
Brad, there's your little comment.
What comment?
Uncle Lou says to buzz off.
That's all right. I'm looking for a really nice picture for him. I'll find it in a second.
That coming.
I'm about there.
Austin says he's got a bunch of spots on the James. James has, they got the biggest shad, I think. We get a few shad that size here and now, every now and then, but the James is kind of known for it. So
there's a question I'll let you and Brad and Matt take.
Is aluminum reel seat worth the money over plastic, and why?
Yes, all day long.
Yeah.
Yep.
One big thing about plastic reel seats, durability is definitely one. And a lot of times when they glue them plastic reel seats, they will break out. It's not if, it's when.
They'll twist. Now, the only time I disagree with that is a bumping rod. A bumping rod, being in your hand, almost 90, I'd say 95%, maybe even higher. I don't even know if there is a bumping rod out there that has aluminum reel seat. And it's crazy because I don't think aluminum reel seat really adds that much weight. But, one of the biggest things about a bumping rod being in your hand for 8 hours is that it's light. And so when you get into a bumping rod that has, I think 7 ounces is about as light as I could find, 7 to 10, somewhere around there. It makes a big difference when you're doing that action all day long. Yeah. Other than bumping rod, I'd say aluminum reel seat is. Go ahead, bud.
Deteriorate after a while.
Yeah. Now there are tricks.
You still working on that question, or are you done on it? I wasn't paying attention.
I was going to give a tip there in case people have issues with their locking nuts, or even on the plastic reel seats. If you have trouble with them wanting to back off, a lot of your aluminum reel seats have a double locking mechanism, and they have a washer in between. But if you're experiencing ones that they're plastic, or they're just not wanting to stay in place, take you some Teflon tape, like air hose tape or any of that kind of stuff, and wrap around your threads, and then thread it up on there on that, and generally that'll lock it in there and keep it tight, and you shouldn't have any more issues.
That's a great idea, Roger.
Well, the only thing better than one mat's 2 mats.
It's like a bad nightmare. I'm gonna stay looking at myself in the mirror lonely twice.
I don't know how I did that.
and if you don't, if my word and these other guys' words not good enough for you, Uncle Lou right here says bumping rod is the only rod I would put a plastic reel seat on ever. And so we all know, and Uncle Lou's reputation as far as rod quality and everything like that. But for me, that's a no-brainer.
Low profile. That's right, Bob.
Yeah, Bob's bumped probably 10 times, probably more than 10 times me. He's bumping all the time. I love watching him.
I was like, he's bumping every time he goes out, isn't he?
I think so. I love it. The thing about it is I've actually bumped that dam in that area. So every time I see him pass that railroad bridge, I'm like, I remember that. Or I see them pilings off to the side. I actually caught a few nice fish on that side over there by the pilings or the barge tie-offs. There's like a swift current seam that runs through there, but I picked some fish up in the 30s and 40s down through there that one day. Waiting on an Uncle Lou bumping rod. Get in line, brother. Get in line.
We've been waiting for a while.
Hey, Jay Poochie.
That line's getting longer.
Jay Poodle in the house.
There's Sandra from Florida Channel Catfishing. She's a new lady angler.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Sandra from Florida Channel Catfishing.
Hey, Sandra.
It's cool. It's cool to see women supporting women because in most of the world, women just don't like women.
It's true.
It's just, they don't think the same as men. I mean, when a man introduces, his girlfriend to another man, the guy walks away and they say, man, I need to get a woman just like that. And when a woman introduces her man to another woman and they walk away, the woman says, man, I need to get him.
Nah. You got it twisted. That is so twisted.
We're going to have to make Roger.
I'm not jealous of other women. I'm jealous sometimes of other people's fish. If you've got a 70-pound fish like Tara, yeah, I'm jealous.
Yep.
But I'm happy she got it. I'm happy for her, but I want one too.
And just for the record, that's a Chris Rock skit. I did not make that up just now.
Yeah. Just for the record, he's trying to cover his tracks now.
Where'd you pull that from?
I got a
You
book
got
right
stuff
here.
written down everywhere.
You guys know me. I always have a notebook. What's Steve's question here? He says, I have asked 100 different ways and no one gives a straight answer. Did we miss this question? And has life in the house?
You just answered the question. He's thanking you for answering it for him finally.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said he's asked it, never got a straight answer, and he's thanking you for answering it right.
I got you. I saw the question, but I didn't realize who had asked it, so I wanted to get it answered before it got too far away.
So don't ask me who asked it. I can't remember anything.
Have you been tapping into my phone? Because right in the middle of the stream, my phone turns itself on, goes to Has Life's channel, and starts playing a live stream. It just decided
he's got that new song out today.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was it today or yesterday it come out?
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday,
yeah. There we go. That's another Tennessee girl. I think she's from Middle Tennessee.
There you go.
I've been dancing to Take Down all day. I love it. I do. I love it. Bex was playing it on her live, and I was over here dancing. I love it.
There's you some advice.
Roger that.
And there's a couple of different types of women to that reply too.
Oh,
there's different. There's the type of woman that that likes all of the fancy stuff, and then there's those type of women that we don't care. We'll get down to the dirt and might do it better than you. So, there's a couple different. We have different philosophies. So, yeah, definitely.
Don't get twisted. Men are exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But the. If you try to tell
I'm happy for everybody. And what you got, what you got. What I got, what I got. You do you, and I'll do me. And we'll try to be friends while we're doing it. So
You wear your own.
We don't have. We don't have big fish, but I'll tell you what, I like catching numbers most of the time. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. You guys caught what, 32 fish, 32 channel casts the other day?
Yeah, last Friday.
I don't care if they were bluegill. 32 fish of anything is a blast.
Yeah.
And channel casts fight for their size. They're freaking fun.
Yeah, they were pretty aggressive compared to the blues we caught the weekend before that. They were actually putting up a pretty good fight in that cold water.
Have you been to Sandusky?
Mm.
Not in a while. We went early.
So we'll have to get together. I love it up there.
Oh yeah, I like it when the weather's nice.
Yeah. Chris, go ahead.
I have a backstory to Brad's 32 fish.
Okay.
He was saying in chat that he was going to go catch 30 fish that night. And I'm like, bull crap, you're not catching 30 fish. And I wanted to make a side bet.
I wouldn't let her do it.
And then when he goes fishing, all of a sudden I'll see all these pictures of these fish he's catching, and he did it. So I apologize for not believing in you. But yeah, he slayed them that night.
Well, you owe him one because you would have lost whatever the bet that was.
I don't let anybody take a sucker bet.
I didn't think it was gonna be a sucker bet. I'm like, there's no way he's catching 30 fish in like 3 hours.
We were still getting bites as we were reeling up. I had a double right at the end. We were reeling up, and we got 2 bites on one side of the boat, and I'm like here, Jason, take this one because I ain't reeled them both in.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty bad when you're out fishing. You catch so many fish, you don't want to reel a fish in.
Yeah, it was pretty rough for that.
Yeah, that's never happened.
I've had it happen one time.
If we were there for 8 hours, it would have been a lot more fish. We just got tired of reeling in fish. I'm like, okay, I've had my fun with it. So
I only did that one time, and I fished for 2 hours straight, not a break.
It's like that every year. When it gets cold, they'll have a really, really good bite window. You get them for a couple weeks. And like this year, we had a little better weather than we normally do. And actually we got out to go fish that Friday. And I'm like, oh, this. I'm like, we find them. It's going to be on because they were all piled up, one on top of another.
Now, I want to answer Chris's question real quick before we move on. But I keep a telescoping rod and reel on my boat. At some point in time, I want a telescoping rod and reel from Cast King, and it's super sweet. And I keep just a small, I think I got a Fluger, small Fluger reel on it. And I always keep that bait rod, stored away in the boat. And if I see something popping, I'll whip it out. And I've caught nice fish on them. So they're not my favorite or go-to, but for storing on the boat and, always having a bait rod, it's nice to have. I don't know about anybody else.
I personally have never used one, but I always keep a light or ultralight with me whenever I go fishing because I'm always fishing. Even if I'm sitting there catfishing, I'm always throwing a pole.
Nina, we were thinking the same thing. Haz was up there doing the thing, and the boys didn't want nothing to do with it.
Here's to that one. I'll do that one first. Brian. He must have been in the background. Brian B ain't got no moves.
He probably does, but he didn't try.
No, he didn't drop it.
Tim Donna has a question.
Okay.
What we got?
Where's it at? All the way at the top?
Where do all of the panel fish? Anybody want to go first?
I fish either the Tennessee River, downtown Knoxville, or I fish Fort Loudon Lake, or Milton Hill, or Watts Bar. It just depends. I'll go around, but usually around Knoxville area. I
fish everywhere. I've been to Virginia. I drove to Virginia. I mainly fish in Arkansas because I live here, obviously. But I fish in Missouri. I fish the Arkansas River. A bunch of lakes around my house. When I was in the military, I fished. I mean, Texas, Colorado, North Carolina. I mean, everywhere. But right now, it's Arkansas.
We're getting a little bit of feedback from somebody. I'm not sure who it is.
Probably me.
Is it you?
Might be.
It was you.
First off, I think that's a flathead in Tim Donna's picture, his icon.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a flathead.
That's nice. And I fished the Clinch and Emery down in Roane County, which is the Watts Bar. And I fished Tennessee River. And I fished Mountain Hill, and I'm fixing to start fishing Chattanooga some. So that's going to be up there around where Big Mike's at.
Yeah, I want to get over there and fish Tennessee.
Yeah. And then I'll fish anywhere someone invites me to go.
That's me.
I'll fish anywhere. Yeah.
I travel, so.
Here before too long, I'm going to have the boat hooked up to the truck, and wherever somebody says, hey, you can stay here for a couple of days if you want to come down and fish, that's where I'll be.
Yeah, that's kind of me.
I'll be like
I've not been taking the boat though. Just me, but if it's close enough, I'll take the boat.
I'll be a catfish gypsy. I'll just go wherever.
Pretty much.
I fish pretty much on the Ohio River. That's typically where you find me. I do fish up at Sandusky Bay, a little bit off of Lake Erie. And we've got a reservoir in the middle of Ohio called Hoover that they started stocking fish in about 10 years ago. And they've actually blown up in size, and I have a really good time fishing that lake. But Ohio River is pretty much my home water.
Sorry,
we fish Northwest Ohio.
Trigger.
We fish Northwest Ohio, Little Oglaze, Maumee River, into the Sandusky Bay. And also we go south and fish Ohio Indiana line on the Ohio River, Tanners Creek area. Generally.
Don R., you're just a little too far away.
Well, that's all right, Muskrat. Whenever you come through here, you always got a place to stay.
There we go.
We will go fishing.
Just getting there with my truck and my boat is expensive. Gas.
Oh, no doubt.
No
doubt. But if you're on the caravan of love across, fishing with everybody, hey, Knoxville's a stop.
Yeah.
There we go. Sweet.
I said I was having a across America catfishing tour. So
there you go. There you go. I'm definitely going to travel and fish with anybody that I can this year. Me and Jody's we're going up to Big Mike's get together, and I'm going to try everything I can to go to the Potomac Boys get together. And then, of course, CatCon's coming up. So I'm like, Jody, if you want to fish, I'm there, man. I love to fish.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And J-Dog's got a question. Who loves J-Dog more? Do I love J-Dog more or Roger? Roger, do you think you love J-Dog more than I do?
I do.
This is Grace.
You can have J-Dog. I'll take Tara.
This is my baby girl, Grace.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Grace.
Hey. How are you?
Huh?
Hi, Gunner.
I guess, yeah.
Hi.
She knew what she was doing. She was going to ask for permission while you're on camera.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
A lot harder to say no.
Bob had a comment. He said, "You realize us Chattanooga boys don't travel much." That's
hey,
true.
Bobcat, it's no problem. It was my honor. I'd do it again if I could. Obviously, I can't, but I would do it again definitely. Even if it called for me, being hurt like I was before, it wouldn't bother me. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Here's something I didn't know.
What's that?
Well, I didn't know
Sandra. That's the lady, our lady angler, Sandra.
Well, thank you for your service, Miss Florida Channel Catfish.
Yep, Sandra. Thank you.
Yes. So
Yes.
it's nice to know all these things about people learning stuff.
Yeah, if I lived by Chattanooga or if I lived over by Potomac, you wouldn't catch me traveling either. Why would I?
Night there, Run. Good to see you in.
What's up, Alan?
Not everyone.
Let's see.
Uncle Lou, we can fix that. You let me know when you're ready to go to Alabama, and we'll go get on some try to get on some big old fish down there. We'll go drag for monsters.
Oh yeah.
I'm always in the mood for catching some big channel cats. That's for sure.
We can go bump behind all them dams up there.
I can't wait to be able to bump. I really want to try that so bad. I really want to. So I can't wait for that experience. It's going to happen this year. I'm going to make it happen this year. But yeah, I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely addicting.
Thank you, Chris Everett.
For those of you that like to do the pan fishing and stuff, and you're retrieving, and you feel that thump, and your line takes off in your hand, well, let that thump be a 70-pounder and take off with your rod. And try
I'd love to feel. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting some of those. I'm getting some dragon weights, and I'm gonna start doing that. Start in my kayak. Start teaching myself how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as soon as I get my kayak, before then, I'll go ahead and get my planer boards from Uncle Lou and get everything set up. And yeah, I will definitely be doing it this year.
I definitely want to try a planer board. I've only planer boarded for walleye on Lake Erie.
Oh, planer boards are nice.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any. I've never tried them.
Oh, once you start using them, you'll use them quite a bit, just for the fact that if you get you guys got a lot more ability to use more rods.
Mm-hmm.
So spreading everything out with planers is a no-brainer when you're covering some water.
He say planer is a no-brainer?
Yep,
Yeah,
planer is a no-brainer.
A poet and didn't know it.
Once you
Carl, we got our
Brad
first
go.
invitation. You know what?
I didn't hear you. I was cut you
I
off.
told Carl we got our first invitation. Bam.
When it warms up, I want to see Jody and Cos come fish with Tara. Heck yeah. We'll go fish with Tara, won't we, Jody?
Well, yeah. And
yeah.
has put up, Sands veteran too, and he's under the weather, and everybody needs to send some prayers up for him.
Absolutely.
He's been down a couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Also, if you guys hadn't heard or didn't catch it, Betty and Brandon Cross, Brandon's son, Caleb, was involved in a bad accident and burnt a lot of his body pretty bad. He's been in the hospital. I think he's had 2 surgeries already, and he's got it pretty rough. His burns are extensive on his face and his chest and his arms. So I know they could use some prayers and vibes and good thoughts, and anything you got to send their way, they could definitely use it right now.
Definitely.
Yeah. And Bobcat, what happened there? Do you know the story about this comment? Seen you on the news, Bobcat. God put you in the right place that day.
Bobcat, are you available to come up on stream? If you are, I could send you a link. I would love to hear the story in person. Through text, the interpretation gets a little mixed up.
Yeah. I don't know how to get hold of him. I would have sent one, but
Roger.
you can.
Come on, look.
I've got him. I sent him the link, and that's not an obligation. If you're able to come up, that'd be great. But if not, completely understand.
Oh no, you got to come up, Bobcat.
Fat boy catfishing. I started making sinkers actually for myself, just because of the price that people wanted for them around here. So I actually bought a few molds, like I know a lot of other people do. They buy the mold that they most commonly use, and that's what I did. I bought a couple molds that I used those type of sinkers all the time, and then I see a lot of other people paying overpriced for sinkers, and that's actually why I started selling them to other people, because I'm trying to make it more affordable. And if you notice, you'll find out if someone's got a better price than I do, I'd be pretty surprised on it.
Yeah. And
I know my followers are in the mail.
And it's easy to
Yeah.
help out someone like Brad because he's willing to help out everybody else with his prices.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome
real,
to
yeah.
support our local, folks in our community.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I knew I'd be traveling. I knew I'd be fishing up in Chattanooga where Big Mike's at. I know he uses big weights. So I wanted to get a few big weights, bigger sizes to take with me. So that way I'm okay whenever I go to these different waters and I can switch out. So I just got like an array of different sizes. So I was ready for everything this year.
And
Yeah.
Florida
Taylor,
Channel Cat, using balloons, I wouldn't say it's really the same way as using balloons. I guess you could say it's the same way using a catfish bobber, but
It's kind of directional.
yeah.
Mhm.
They don't really just flow. It's kind of like people used to beach ball fish all the time. They tie a line on a oversized balloon and do drops in off of it. I mean, the planers kind of work different. They go out to the side instead of behind you.
Yeah. They pull they spread your lines out so where they don't get tangled up as much as easy. And you got a much wider area that you're covering, searching for fish.
Right.
One of the nice things about the planer boards too, especially when you're going out to water that you have not fished, you can actually put your boat, say you're going to put your boat in 30 foot of water, you can spread them boards out, go on one section of the bank, and you can hit from, that 15 foot of water all the way out to 45, 50 feet. And it's going to give you an idea where your fish are going to be at, because sometimes they're different. The weather's different. You don't know what part of the water column they're sitting in. So it's a kind of a good way to use them to start out fishing to know where you need to be at.
Absolutely.
What's up,
Yeah.
guys?
Howdy,
Yeah,
how
I
you doing?
What's up, Bob?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool. I got on headphones. Maybe we won't get no feedback.
There we go. So give us a little rundown of what happened that day. I mean, we got the gist of it, but kind of take us through what happened down there.
It was New Year's Day.
Give him solo.
It was.
You don't care to go solo? Is that okay?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
He ain't shy.
There we go.
It was on New Year's Day, and it was about 71 degrees that day, and there wasn't too many people on the water. There was one other boat at the boat ramp, and I was out fishing, dragging some baits, and the wind was building and got windier and windier and windier, and this guy in a small sailboat, excuse me, put on at the same time I was putting on, and I was out dragging baits, and I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on, but something told me to look up, and in the distance going back towards the dam, I noticed a little sliver on the horizon with a speck, and God told me to look up and, see what was going on. Something's not right over there. And I thought, surely that can't be what I think it is. But anyways, I pulled my lines, reeled my lines, and it started taking off towards, what I expected it was. And it was a guy in a sailboat who had capsized, and he couldn't get the boat righted. He couldn't get his sail back up. And then I posted a little thing on Facebook, and the news media picked it up. So, I'm no hero. I was in the right place at the right time. I feel like God put me there for a reason that day, because I didn't catch no fish. I caught a dude though.
Well, that's a nice story.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But,
You're definitely where you were supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and looked at the footage because, of course, I was filming, and I really don't know how I seen the guy. He was so far away. It's just incredible that I was able to see him, and of course, they were pulling about 40,000 CFS that day, and the guy was, he was probably going to end up at the dam at some point. So,
Sound like a hero to me.
Well,
Does me too.
don't know about that, but
Absolutely.
I'm glad I was there to get him out of the water. That's all I could say.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
The water was 52 degrees that day, I think.
Ooh.
Burr.
But see, when it's that cold, I wonder, because I hear you only got like maybe a minute or two before you start losing the use of your limbs and stuff and your fingers.
Yeah.
So if you can't get back in your boat right away, you're not climbing back in your boat.
No, and he had on a pair of blue jeans and a t-shirt. He had lost his flip-flops or whatever he had on. So he was completely unprepared for what was going on. And when I got to him, he didn't even have a PFD on. My first question to the gentleman was, do you have a PF or do you need a PFD? Because I was going to throw him one. And he said, no, I got one in the boat. I said, will you please put it on? And he did. He got it out of the boat and put it on. So then I attempted to pull his boat back to the boat ramp, but the wind had picked up and gotten so strong that I actually had to pull his boat with the wind to the opposite side of the lake. And I had him in the boat with me originally, but every time that we would try to pull the boat, the sailboat would invert, and his mast was 23 feet tall. So the mast kept hanging on the bottom of the river. So he ended up having to get out of the boat with me and stand on the keel of the sailboat to keep the mast, at the water line. And then I pulled him to the wind-blown side of the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And we were, able at that point to get him into a cove where he could stand up and empty the water out of the boat and get the sail down on the boat. So once we did all that, and I actually gave him, I had a sweatshirt in the boat, and I had a toboggan and a sweatshirt. I told him to take his wet t-shirt off and put the sweatshirt on, and gave him that. And I had my Crocs on. So I took my Crocs off and gave him the Crocs because he was trying to walk around on the rocks on the bank. And then after we got him righted and everything and pulled him back across the lake, against the wind with the boat upright and the sail down, we were able to pull him back to the dock. So it was about an hour or so kind of thing that happened at that point. Mm-hmm. But he was saying, I told him, I said, we'd got his boat tied off to the dock. I said, don't even try to get this boat on the trailer. Go sit in your car for about 30 minutes to an hour, warm up, because he was shaking pretty good by that point. Yeah.
Well, that was nice. He saved his boat and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was during the whole thing that was going on. Actually, there was a tugboat that was pushing some barges upriver, and he had tied his barges off to the mooring caissons at the lake, and this big old tug comes towards us, and there's like 4 guys on deck, and then the pilot house up there, and he's like, "You all right? You need anything?" I'm like, "No, we're good. I really don't want your boat on top of us." We said big tug coming at you. It's kind of intimidating.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we got his boat back to the dock, and it was all good. And he wasn't just completely, he stayed calm, and I was calm through the whole endeavor, and we just kind of did what worked together. And, I kept an eye on him, and, I noticed him start to shiver, and I'd say, just take a break a minute. And we managed to get things done. But that's the story.
That's way better than the text was.
The what?
Yeah.
That's way better than the message was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for being there, man. That was perfect timing. Like you said, you were where you were meant to be.
Absolutely. And I believe that with all my heart. I really do.
Yeah.
That goes back to that following your gut instincts of doing stuff. I mean, sometimes you don't really understand why, but you go with it for a reason like that. That's pretty amazing, buddy.
Yeah. That's why your gut.
Never know where it's going to lead you. We know it's going to lead you in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I mean, I really couldn't believe. I was like, that can't be. I really didn't know what I was going towards, but I knew something that someone was speaking to me and telling me to go. Go help. Something's wrong over there. And he was so far away that it could have been a volleyball floating on the water for all I knew, but I just knew I needed to go.
I think you should change your name to Hero.
No, not me. All glory to God.
Amen. Absolutely.
You want to stay up here a while and kick it with us? Answer some questions?
Yeah, go ahead. I like
Okay.
listening.
All
I
right.
got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So how'd you get into fishing? What pulled you in?
Oh man, I've been fishing all my life. But I tell you what got me into catfishing is when I was probably about 15 years old. My dad, my Uncle Roy, took me catfishing on the Tennessee River. We put in at Suck Creek, and it just happened to be during the spawn when the cats just seemed to be like stacked in the river. And when we were putting in, there was a guy in a pontoon boat taken out, and he had both live wells full of catfish. And in the middle of this pontoon boat, a 50-pound big old blue cat sitting there just croaking. And I'd never seen a fish that big in my entire life. I was hooked at that point on finding big catfish. And that, I'm 47 years old, soon to be 48, so that's been a minute ago.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna have to get off of here. I gotta take the dogs out and get them fed.
All right, Matt.
Thanks,
Jodi, I appreciate you having me on here. Appreciate you
Yeah.
being on here with you guys. I'd love to be on more panels with you. If you'd like to have me,
Sure.
just get a hold of me or whatever.
Definitely.
Bobcat,
Thanks, Matt.
Jodi, Roger, Brad, Ms. Koss, is good talking to you guys. Good seeing you.
You too as well, buddy.
I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks for stopping in, staying with us a while.
Yes, ma'am.
See you, Matt. Hey, Mark.
Mark.
Howdy, Mark.
Mark's in the house.
How are
Catfish
you
and cream.
tonight?
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to find a picture here.
Uncle Lou had a comment for Bobcat, but I can't find it.
Uh,
Where is it at?
Up a little higher.
There it is.
Can't see the chat.
Oh,
Oh, thank you, Uncle Lou. You ain't got to do that, buddy. I appreciate it, though.
Isn't that so lovely? That's lovely. Uncle Lou's the best. He really is.
Yes, he is.
he is.
I can't wait to get my hands on one of the rods.
I honestly don't consider myself to be a hero at all, guys. I really don't. I mean, anybody who was in the same situation would have did everything they could to help somebody out in the water. I'd hope that someone would did the exact same thing for me.
Absolutely.
Well, that's so nice.
I saved a guy too.
And it's the first one.
My story ain't nowhere near as cool as Bob's. I don't even know if I want to follow that story, but that's what I was doing. I was looking down on my phone. I was trying to find this picture. A guy sank his boat in the middle of the lake. And this was in, let me look at the picture here. This was actually fairly warm water. I think it was September, October. We were crappie fishing. This is back when I had my pontoon boat. And we seen this guy. We seen all his splashing and couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And we could still see part of the boat, but it just didn't look right because it was turned over on its side and just the nose was sticking up out of the water barely. And Uncle Lou, he had his life jacket in his boat. And so what had happened was the lake got windy. He was anchored frontwards and had anchored out the front and the back while the back of his boat was facing the wind. So the waves started coming, and he said it only took 2 waves to splash over the back of his boat. And it's a smaller boat, and I'll show you here in a second. But he said 2 waves took his boat down.
Wow.
That quick.
Wow.
And he didn't have his life jacket on, and he wasn't making it to the bank. He ran out of gas pretty quick. He was out of shape like I am. I don't think I'd last very long in the water either. But guys were trying to go in and rescue him. He getting to the rocks, but the wind was slamming into the rocks, and these guys had all these fancy bass boats, and they couldn't get close enough to pick him up off the bank, and because they were going to get slammed on the rocks. And a couple guys tried, and they got out of there. Well, my boat was that 30-foot pontoon, so I went in nose first right into the rocks. You know, my engine was still out in the water, and we was able to. We hopped out into the water and lifted him up on the front of the pontoon, and we drug him and his pontoon or his boat back to the shore. And it took a while, but I was able to get the. You can see the pontoon in the background, but we was able to pull that boat up out of the water.
Oh wow!
Let me bring you up solo.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow!
That boat was just the nose was sticking up out of the water, and you could see his life jacket laying behind that front seat.
Wow!
Crazy.
And then, of course, that's my pontoon back here in the back. But yeah, he was in trouble, but and nowhere near like that kind of trouble, like Bob's trouble. But you know, like you said, you know, you got to trust your gut, and you know, we seen something going on over there and we couldn't figure out what it was. Instead of just going into the boat dock, you know, we went over and investigated what was happening. And luckily the boat I had was, you know, able to get in there and get him out of there. But
Thank goodness. Thank goodness for there.
It's amazing the wind and the waves. That particular day, it was what was going on was that the wind was against the current real bad. It was like 15-mile-an-hour winds, and it was pushing up some big old waves, and they just kept getting stronger throughout the day. So it was a situation where I didn't really need to be out there.
Yeah. Eric asked if that was at Hoover, and that was at Lou. That was at Deer Creek. That was Deer Creek. Let's see, it was around. Oh, it was May. It was May 15th, 2020. Or yeah, 2020.
And there's a question, Bobcat.
Yeah.
There
Yeah. Yeah, I backed you in the water, that Daryl. He's like, whoa, pull up.
Yeah, I put my boat in the water more than once without the plug. You get a routine, you know, when you're doing it, and you do it by yourself or you do it with a certain person over and over again, and then somebody else adds to the mix, and you get off your routine and you forget stuff like drain plugs.
And boat tie downs. Those are a good one to do too.
Oh, I've done that too. Forgot to take the tie downs off and sunk.
You're sitting there like, man, this boat's pretty heavy.
It won't
and then you
come
realize
off.
that the trailer's floating.
Well, yeah, with that pontoon, I had that pontoon for like 5 years, and obviously you don't put a drain plug in a pontoon. So when I first got my other boat, I just kept forgetting to put the drain plug in.
Oh,
Yeah, it happens.
Chunky just shared us out, so thank you, Chunky. Appreciate it.
I wished I could see Chad. I feel lost over here. I can't see anything, but everybody's faces I'm paying off.
I'm all over the place. I can't keep up with it myself.
You don't have
I have a second device, so it helps.
I'm using the second device.
I don't.
Don R has a question. Says he would like some pointers. Yep, on channel catfishing.
Okay.
A lot of it. Don't overdo your hooks and your bait. A smaller piece of bait will catch a channel cat just as easy as a big piece.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Winter time, downsize your hooks. If you're using an 8 during the summer, use a 4 or a 5 during the winter. They work. You'll catch more fish.
I thought the time I fish for them is when I'm free line drifting in the summertime. That's a lot of fun below the dam.
Oh yeah.
Piece of chunk of chicken and just a swivel on the hook.
We usually take in suspend drift, but our one river that we have, it's small and it's got a lot of trash in it. So it's like you almost have to anchor. But like we're on the Ohio River, we'll suspend drift, and you'd be surprised. Even a channel cat will actually put up a pretty good fight on a rod that's just dangling there.
Yep. Yeah, they're pound for pound. Channel cats they fight like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 15-pound channel cat, you'll be pretty surprised what it'll do.
Yeah, I don't think we have them that big around here. They don't get that big in Tennessee.
12 pounds is my big for channels.
What is it?
12.
That's pretty good.
I gotta go 12.
That was a good one for around here. Yeah, I caught a nice one.
Yeah.
Muddy River.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need tips from him on how to catch flatheads.
Exactly. Because he slays the flatheads.
Oh yes, he does.
Yeah, he
I watch
does.
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you what he's taught me, but I can't tell him anything new.
It's the flathead king right there.
Right?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get him up on here. There ain't no way I'm gonna try to teach him anything.
I wished I had a 16th of the knowledge that man has. Oh my goodness.
We don't dive down underneath the water to go get them unsnagged. We just break our lines off and count it as a loss. He goes down and catches them.
Yeah.
He's not losing a fish if he don't have to.
Yeah.
Him and Paula Smith together were great. Those are some of my favorite episodes. But I mean, I'm like, Paula Smith is like my idol. I would do anything to fish with her. When I heard the other day that he had her rods back in, my heart broke because I didn't have enough money to get one. And it's just like, I'd love to go fishing with her.
Yep.
Daryl, the best bait for large flatheads is a whole crappie.
Skipjack.
Daryl knows, 72 pounds.
I like using live bluegill 2 or 3 inches, or live creek chubs work pretty good too.
Suckers. I like big suckers.
I've tried all of that and haven't gotten one yet, but I will this year.
The first time Daryl and I ever fished together, the very first time, was almost a year ago, and he caught a 72-pound flathead out of my boat on crappie.
Wow.
Woo.
Maybe I need to try a crappie.
Them flatheads don't like any kind of panfish near them, especially pre-spawn or post-spawn.
Yep.
They'll kill them just to kill them sometimes.
I believe that 100%.
I do too.
Paula is a hoot.
Yeah, Chris, I was so envious of you those days. I mean, I kind of fangirl when we talk about Paula, so I kind of fangirl out.
And everybody remember Paula in your prayers. If you send prayers up, send one up for her.
Absolutely. She's been fighting hard.
Mm-hmm.
She's too stubborn to quit, though, so she's got that going for her.
She said the other day in chat that she had gained 4 pounds, so she's hopefully she's on the rise. My prayers are going out to her. I'm telling you.
Absolutely,
definitely.
I haven't talked to her in a few days. We usually stay in touch pretty good, but I haven't talked to her for a few days. I'll check in on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris puts like stink bait or some kind of or something on his toes when he's down there with his little floaty.
Yellow belly cats, huh?
What is a yellow belly cat?
Some people call them mud cats. They're for the most part they're pretty small. They're 6 to 10, 11 inches, I think.
Is that the same as a bullhead?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they're just like a flathead and a shovelhead. It's the same thing, or a crappie and a crappie and a sac-a-lay and a speck and whatever else it can be called.
Yeah.
Yeah, bullhead, mudcat, yellow belly. It's all pretty much the same. Butter, catfish. I haven't heard that one, but I can see it.
Butter. Huh.
Why don't we have any members from Kansas in the community? I don't know.
Man, look at that hog in his profile picture. Wow.
Absolutely. Hey, Steve Adams knows his stuff, buddy.
That is a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's been doing it a while.
Shark. What time is it about?
So everybody makes mistakes. Just because, some people catch big fish or, you might think we've got it all together. Oh no, there's behind the goofs things that you never know. Everybody makes mistakes, and we all laugh and have fun at it. That's part of the fishing.
Yeah.
Editing is wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be your friend or your enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Local 252 says he's caught 3 flatheads already this year. That is awesome.
Heck yeah, it is.
Anytime, for us anyway, for around here, it doesn't matter how big it is. Anytime you catch a flathead, it's a trophy for the day.
Yeah, Daryl, I didn't want to feed my crappie to a catfish. They taste too good.
Chunky's a little skunk.
Chunky skunky is what I keep hearing.
Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that crew.
Chunky, that happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah. I mean, not me, but it does happen to people. Hey, Chris, it is, a lot of them are got a yellowish tint to them, especially their underside. Instead of being white on the belly, they're pretty yellowish. Some of them get dark, they're almost black, but most of them are, dark green on the top and yellowish on the bottom. So that's how they get the weird names.
Yeah.
Well, looky there. Is Muddy River going to be at CatCom?
Yeah, how about it, Chris?
Oh my goodness, I'd love to meet him.
Chris makes that big long trek across America to get there.
Mm-hmm.
He usually gives his little route and stops on the way. It's usually pretty entertaining to keep track of him. It's like when you were a kid and you were watching Santa Claus on the tracker on TV. Here comes Muddy River.
That's pretty funny right there. And there has his answer.
Yes, sir. Chris will be there Thursday through Sunday.
Haz will be there. Yeah. Chris is going to be there, but Haz is also going to be there.
Yeah.
We're going to have so much fun.
Woohoo! Looky there.
Nice.
He's going to be there.
Heck yeah.
There you go, Brenda. You better save up because imagine if there's any Paula Smith rods, they're going to go quick.
My goodness, Chris, if you bring one, man, oh my goodness, I will have to hug your neck. I'm going to warn you now. But I'm about that life too.
Oh, Tim Molina.
Mm-hmm. He stole it from me.
I won't even fight him for it. He deserves it.
He can use it this time.
I'm definitely coming to CatCom with some money.
Actually, me and Brenda's coming together, me and Cause, so watch out.
Boy, that's double trouble.
We're going to have fun.
Better backup dancers, no doubt. You need some, brother. That was lame, man. Your dancers were just sticks.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I don't know why you had backups and didn't have Bex in there. She's the one that dances. I couldn't figure that out.
She couldn't make it that day. I remember him saying she was supposed to be there but couldn't make it. That would have been the video right there.
She was probably the choreographer.
Because Bex was rocking it today on her live. She played it and was dancing the whole time. I was like, she should have been in the background. What was Haz thinking?
Yep.
What are you talking about? I'm going to be out there panhandling, man. We'll work for gear. Sack my hat. There we go.
Right.
We'll tie rigs for money.
Yeah.
For tackle.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Brad. Yep, she had to work.
Yep.
Well, I understand that. I understand.
I have a feeling it won't be the last video we see from Haz.
You're right, Haz. She would have.
Yeah. Yeah, but she had to work. She had to work. Can't do nothing about that. Lord knows. Ugh.
I just got a picture from Eric, which is Fat Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you that are wondering what a yellow belly is or what we're talking about, this is what we're talking about right here.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Looks like a bullhead. What I've come to know as bullhead.
The color's a little bit different, but That's what we're talking about.
Yep.
And some guys, I've used them for bait. I've never done any good with them. I know the people catch, big flatheads on them, but I've just never been able to.
Matt had to get off, so he won't be back on, but I appreciate him coming up and staying a while with us.
Absolutely.
And like I said, he could use some subscribers if anybody wants to click on his link and subscribe to him. I always try to support veterans and, people in the military, definitely.
Yep, for sure.
Daryl's trying to squeeze one in on me over here. He says CatCon's going to be on his birthday. Roger, you have to buy me a new rod.
I missed that one.
Sounds like a plan.
Take you off solo. Nobody wants to see that. There we go.
Yeah, here we go. Thanks. You hear they taste good. Some people say they are really good to eat, but I've never ate one.
Ooh. I think Muddy River's trying to get something started.
Uh-oh.
But which stage is he going to be showing off on?
Yeah, there's a couple of places around the venue there that he might be able to get up on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want to say that? Oh, really?
Yep, I do.
There's your answer.
Uncle Lou says it's my birthday too.
Oh, Lord.
Well, my birthday was in October, so Roger.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, get me one of those rods out of the back of Flores' truck there for me, buddy.
Oh.
Good night,
on your
Daryl.
birthday too, Uncle Lou. Woohoo!
All right, big party.
Yep.
We'll have to collaborate with who's staying where and what and all that. I got to check on a couple things, make arrangements to be there.
Me and Jody's at the casino.
Blah blah. She knows. She's good at the casino. Jody's smart. I need
treat it as a business. If you go to the casino, treat it as a business. Don't treat it as, oh, I got $200 and I'll go blow it. No, you're gonna double that 200. You're not just going to blow. You're going to make money.
Does he make a 10 and 12 foot?
I don't think so. He says he has two 10-foot blue cat rod, one piece. What? You have a 10-foot one-piece rod?
Hey, Bex.
Howdy.
Glad
Look
you
at
stopped.
Hey, Bex is here. We've been talking about her. She must have. I'm telling you, you gotta be careful.
You never know who's back in the crowd looking.
You know who's back there listening. Our phones are all designed to automatically go to their channels.
I love Bex's movie. No doubt about it.
Yeah, Bex is a hoot. They are absolutely a blast to watch.
Such
I've
good
been
people.
very good tonight. And I don't pick on anybody, but Kelly's such an easy target.
You haven't sent him no tissues yet?
No, not yet.
It says I'll do a meet and greet in Dallas, then I'll stop at the Bass Pro Pyramid at Memphis and invite people to hang out.
There it is.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
That'd be a good time right there. It's the restaurants and the going out to eat and the hangouts outside of the venues that or even the parking lot sometimes is where you really get the group of people. When you're in the venue, you're caught up into everything and stuff's going on, but when you get away from it and you get to sit down and talk and relax a little bit, that's when things really liven up.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Hey, first time.
Daryl or Matt had a comment about Chunky, but I'm not putting it up because I'm a Chunky girl.
Well, now you're gonna make everybody go scroll for it. See, should have just put it up.
No, I time people out for saying stuff about Chunky.
Chunky is good people. It's hard not to like it. Where'd you get it? Yeah, I was thinking that was something off with the comment, but it might,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, your birthday is on your birthday.
The super hammer.
There you go. There's a Bex comment.
28-pound catfish on your medium action catfish rod tonight. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
That has to be fun.
Yeah.
That has to be fun.
And he said if they had one, he'd like to have one.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Way to go. The Bex, that had to be a blast.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
I know we got the Paula Smith rod, and it's definitely different as far as the action goes, man. It was really fun to catch fish on. That tip is really sensitive when it comes to flathead fishing, and you know how finicky or sometimes they could be with that bite, and be able to see every little thing that they do. It's a very good rod for action.
Yeah, I'm calling that into existence. I have to have one of those. Have to. I'd like to have many of them, but I have to have at least one.
It just says girl power, doesn't it?
No.
Mm-hmm. It has blue.
I can't tell. I don't have it pulled up. You're the one in charge here.
Yes.
I can't tell. He is blue. Hmm.
Sorry, Has.
Right there's Muskrat's link if anybody wants to subscribe to him.
That guy's an idiot.
Kelly's got past his bedtime.
Roger, it's not past your bedtime.
There's my girl Sandra.
Thank you, Doodah.
And thank you, Lance, for sharing this one. Because, a lot of times people forget about the older channels and they don't subscribe to them. So that's why I kind of bring the older ones on and promote their links, because they're the ones who set everything up for us new ones. We follow them. We watch their videos. We learn how to tie the knot. We learn where to fish at and how to fish. And you need to subscribe to their channels. They still need to grow along with us. So when we're getting subscribers and booming up, they need to be getting the same ones. So anytime, if you watch an old channel, you need to subscribe to it.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah.
I think Chris Flores said he wanted an invite for up on panel.
So we can
hear about those how to catch in flatheads a little better.
I sent him one, but I think he does. I think he likes staying in chat.
If you want to learn a little bit about flatheads, one of my favorite videos from Chris Flores is the video that he did on the bank, and he uses the pool noodles up on the driftwood on the there's a big down log there, and awesome visual, and just really puts things in perspective to where catfish hide. And people think that a flathead is going to hang out at the very bottom underneath a rock or log or something like that, but they like to be in tight places. And if that log is all twisted and contorted all the way up to the surface, he could be anywhere in that. So if you do yourself a favor, if you haven't watched it already, check out Muddy River Catfishing. Chris, you might be able to tell us the title of that video, because I can't think of it offhand, but
that video is everything. I learned so much information just from that one video. From that one. It was so interesting. And I was so wrong. And when I saw exactly where, he said that they would be and showed it, it just made so much more sense. But I was totally wrong, and he got me straight on that one.
I'm 100% right behind you. I've been fishing almost my whole life, it seems like. And, the visual just stick, it just made a lot more sense. And I've fished differently since I've watched the video. I'll suspend baits now and feed line, like the Patriots floats or the Angry Cat bobbers. I'll clip them on, and I'll get upriver, and I'll just keep feeding line until my bait gets clear back up against that log jam and it's be suspended, it might be suspended 10 feet below the float. But man, I've done pretty good pulling some nice flatheads out of big thick brush piles, suspending that bait.
I know that's what's so great about Epic. He's really good with visuals too. Man, those visuals go a long way. Helps you get a little better understanding.
Well, Chris, don't ask, don't tell. We'll just leave it at that.
We did not see that comment.
Nope.
But thank you.
Great video. That was a great video. Really, really great.
Yeah, Dale's pointing out that he also just did one on dragging baits and running planer boards and drift socks as well. So that was a really good visual. You could tell it took a lot of time to set that up. So I know for me, when I do something and it takes some time and somebody says, they got something out of it, it means something to me. So Chris, the time it takes to do those things, it pays off because those visuals is what sticks. Everybody has a different way of learning. And for many of us, seeing it is our best way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I still use WD-40.
Well, old mechanic, I thank you for coming in tonight. Like I said, I just met him today on Ernie's channel, so appreciate you stopping in and watching.
Thanks for being here. That's a new channel to me. So
yeah, he's got Cal.
I can tell.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
There you go. Catching a gator.
Gator hunting.
I'm fascinated by gators. I'm scared of them, but I'm also.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to catch a gator.
Where'd this guy come from?
Does that say bass fishing?
Yeah.
What incarnation?
I don't know.
I think Travis bumped his head.
Actually used to
Maybe
work.
we can convert him. Stick around, Travis, and learn how to catfish. Okay.
Travis, if you bumped your head, blink twice in 5 minutes.
You can use that bass for bait. Just saying.
Depends on where you are. Make sure it's legal.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Chicken liver bait. That was also another good video. That got a lot of views.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which video is still number one over there, but I think that was one of the highest.
Yeah, I made that chicken liver bait, and I've made the bottles that where I drill the holes in them where it will leak out and stuff. I've gotten a lot from him.
Oh, I remember him saying onions.
Brian. Yeah, and that's what's awesome about the catfish community. There's so many different views and so many different techniques. You just soak it all in and then, mix it together or come up with your own and not one way is going to work for everybody. And everybody shares what works for them and hopefully somebody else is able to gain something from it.
Definitely.
Did you see Tom's comment?
No, I was sending a message. Let's see. Tom. That's all I see.
You got some emojis.
He's mad. What's he mad about?
The bass. It's true.
LG, you're like 95% converted. You're still okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just waiting on him to switch his name over. He said it would take a Sea Arc fully loaded. I don't know if any of you are able to make that happen. I'm definitely not. First time fishing.
Be just a second.
A1 Fishing Family. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome.
Mm-hmm. I've been seeing him around in groups.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Eric says Luke Nichols. is awesome as well. It's funny because like he's still kicking out new content, and I don't know why it never shows up on my feed anymore. I try not to click the bell on everybody because then there's no sense in having a bell.
Yeah.
He's also got his other channel too, which is really taking off.
That's a great catfish.
He still loves them, but he just knows they're not quite cool enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I love to catch bad. I love to catch smallmouths. I mean largemouths too, but I like smallies better.
It all depends on where I'm fishing. I fish for the biggest fish in the water that I'm fishing. Sometimes it's a bass, and if it is, that's what I'm fishing for.
And there you go.
I still haven't caught a striper yet.
I've caught a couple, but I wasn't fishing for them, so I would like to catch one at some point.
Tennessee's got some pretty nice striper.
Luke was out camping negative 50-degree weather, and I froze when he came down. It was 27 degrees. Yeah, I remember that video.
That's how I really fell in love with fishing. When I was a little girl, I was like, I think 6. I caught a striper that was longer than I was tall. And it was so great. I remember it like it was yesterday, but it was amazing. My dad put me in the paper. It was, he just made a big deal out of it. It was great. But yeah, that's how I really fell in love with fishing, is when I caught that fish.
I got a question for everybody in chat.
Okay.
What's your favorite fishing movie or series? Like, for example, Deadliest Catch?
That's a good question.
Is fishing for alligators the same? Shoot them. You know what I'm talking about?
River Monsters with Jeremy Wade is mine.
No.
That's a good one, too.
That is a good one.
That's probably my favorite.
I like alligators. I watched that one quite a bit. It's not a fish, but he's still fishing. Crickets.
I like watching fish on like the Alaskan shows when they're,
There's one.
chasing all the fish coming down different times. I think that's really cool.
Brian said wicked tuna. Has deep blue sea. Beck's Jaws.
Bex, we can count that one.
Gone fishing is mine.
River Monsters.
Grumpy old man.
Swamp People. See, that's what I'm talking about. Swamp People.
Swamp People, that's a good one. I used to watch it quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
The river runs through it. Jeremy Wade. River Monsters.
Yeah.
Alicia says all she watches YouTube. Deadliest Catch. I don't know what that is.
A glitter rocket? That's a bass boat.
It's a bass? Okay.
Glitter rocket is a bass boat.
Yeah. I can't believe nobody else said gone fishing. That's my favorite one.
There's one.
There it is. Bad boy. There you go. Oh, that's a
Grumpy Old Man is a good movie.
Oh, yes. Classic.
One of my favorite lines out of that movie is when I think the little girl swallows a quarter. Do you remember that? And her mom wants to take her to the doctor, and her grandpa says, "Don't worry about it unless she craps out 2 dimes and a nickel."
I don't remember that, but
You don't remember that?
No, I don't know why. I think I've only seen that one once or twice. So
Giving change for the quarter.
yeah. I've got dogs crawling under my feet. You know how they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one laying right here too.
I got 2 laying over here to my left. I've got one under my foot, and then I've got one right here behind me.
Yeah. That's right, Bobcat.
Oh yeah. That's a good question, Brad. That was fun.
Anybody got any questions in chat?
We still got 69 people hanging out in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's sweet.
It's a good show. Good show. All we got to do is get another topic going, and this could be another 2 hours.
there you go.
You know what happens when you start getting slow? You start talking about food.
Well, we haven't even hit food yet. That's a whole nother. That's an hour-long conversation.
I know, because Mark's in here, and the next thing you know, it'll be crappie covered or crappie.
Crappie wrap bacon.
Yeah, bacon wrapped crappie.
That's exactly right.
I found the coolest thing at Christmas time, and it's round. It's just about this round, and you take it out, and it's got a grill inside of it, and you take the grill out and set it up, and then the inside at the top, you put ice down in it, and it turns into a cooler for your drinks.
Mhm.
I'll definitely be using that when I go fishing this year off the bank.
That's Michelle for us right there.
Yes.
Hey, Jody, can you look at that comment?
Oh.
Moby Dick. How's that for a movie? Roger, when are we going fishing together, buddy? You tell me when you're ready. You tell me when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't had dinner yet, Mark. I'm hungry.
So hog leg. Oh, Boar's Nest is on.
I think he probably come on it too because he knows my schedule.
Yeah.
We'll drop his link before we close.
You're staying on here till 2. I ain't gonna make it.
I don't think my phone's gonna make it. It's dropping percentage.
Thanks for stopping in, anyone.
That's just going to be the girls' night then because the boys can't hang.
I'm old.
I don't have any excuse.
You're not old. You act old.
I act old.
JVT.
You know,
I just found new respect for you with that comment. Ren and Stimpy. I love them.
not a fan.
Me either.
I loved Ren and Stimpy.
I figure you're only young once, but you can be immature forever.
Uh-huh.
Was that you, Roger, that I heard say that you really didn't like adult cartoons? Was that you? Yeah, I don't either. I was like, whatever you said, I was like, yeah, I don't either at all.
I know that'll get a lot of frowns or bad, angry faces, but I don't know. I just never did. I never watched a lot of TV, period. When I was growing up, we didn't have cable or anything. I didn't get to watch much TV. And when I got old enough to get cable, I worked too much and I had kids, so I didn't watch much TV. And then when I did, the kids were watching cartoons and they weren't adult cartoons. They were kiddie cartoons. I was watching SpongeBob and all these other girly shows because I had girls.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, I really don't watch much TV. So I've just never watched a lot of TV.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I've watched a lot of TV, but I'm not watching. I watched a lot of cartoons when my kids were little, and I am not interested. I am not the least bit interested.
Tim, I'm going to leave that alone.
I've seen that comment.
The best thing you can do is your phone. It's the easiest, simplest way to go because if you go live, you have to have your phone anyway, usually. So get used to using your phone. And then I use GoPro too if I'm just wanting to make a video.
Yeah. Yeah, the phone is a great way to get started. Your footage is already on your phone. There's a lot of free apps to use to edit videos. A lot of them have a watermark, but if you don't really care about that, I don't really care about that. I'd rather have a watermark and have something I could use than pay a monthly fee. Especially when you're first starting out, you don't want to start investing money on things before you even know how to use them and what you want as a content creator. Mm-hmm. So my tip is keep it simple. Start out super simple, super cheap, and then learn what it fits you because everybody's different. I like my GoPros. I like I video record with 1 or 2 video cameras. I've got external mic and different things. Your power supply is probably your biggest endeavor, whether that's a power pack or if you're running from a boat and you can tap into the 12-volt system and keep things charged and running. Your power supply is usually your biggest nemesis when it comes to videotaping out on the water.
Kind of goes with fishing gear also. I mean, work with your budget. If you can afford something nicer and you're gonna be into fishing for a while, don't be afraid to buy something a little nicer, something that's gonna last you a little longer. If you're just starting out, go get you an ugly stick, something cheap.
Yep.
Pre-lined, use it. If it's breaking on you because you got fish bigger in that water, change the line out so you get something to start with.
Yep. One thing I've always told people when it comes to starting out fishing is I've always told people to think of it like this. The most important part of your equation, all your gear, tackle, and everything starts with your bait. That's the most important thing is your bait. So whatever it takes for you to get good bait, if that means investing in a cast net, a bait rod, whatever it takes to find good bait. And from there, it's your hook. And then from there, it's your line. And then from there, it's your rod, reel, and etc. It goes clear back to the boat. And, you don't even have to have a boat. And you can be on the bank or you can be in a kayak. So for me, I've always told people, start at the bait. That's the most important thing. The fish don't care what kind of boat you got. They don't care how cool your clothes are. They don't care about none of that. All they care about is the bait. If you've heard me say it before, I'll say it again. It's all about that bait, about that bait. Don't make me do that again. There we go.
Yeah, I started. I did a lot of research, and I'm still of course, I'm not experienced because I haven't filmed anything on it. But I got AKASO, Akaso. And so after I use it for a little while and I learn what I'm doing, then I'll give a review on it and let people know how it is because they're not as expensive as the GoPro. They do have great ratings and great reviews. And so if anybody's interested in that, once I use it and learn whether or not it's actually worth the money that I paid for it, I'll be happy to share that if anybody's interested.
Yeah, that's actually one of my second choices for a backup camera right now. They do have a really good review, so I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it.
Thank you, Roger. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. I'll get out, and start recording and all of that. Look at quality and yeah, we'll definitely do a review on it and see how it does. Fingers crossed, it does pretty good. So. Definitely works better than what I had before, which is nothing.
It's way better. It's way better. Beauty and the Beast.
Pinocchio goes fishing by Muskrat Adventures. And then we're going to have to get him a Pinocchio onesie and get him out there.
I don't want to see that.
No need for just the socks anymore.
Nope. I can leave the socks at home.
I think there should be a boycott on the men onesies.
It should be a what?
A boycott.
You're the one started them.
Yeah, Freddie's got like 30 something of them. Then they had that bet with the onesies. Nah.
So you think they're expired now? We need something new, huh? And something for it to freshen it up.
So you want to challenge me?
Do what?
So you wanting to challenge me?
Well, yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh.
I'll call you out.
Oh, let's hear it.
Name your game.
I think I have a channel cat hole.
You think you do?
Mm-hmm. Remember?
Oh, that's dirty.
Yep. I'm pretty sure I have a channel cat hole. I've been saving for this moment, so.
That's dirty.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So, most channel cats.
Channel cats?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get Brad?
No. Brad would tear us up.
I got a spot for you, Roger.
When do you want this channel cat thing to happen?
I'm game anytime as long as it ain't raining or windy.
All right. Channel cats it is.
Wait, let's see. Your water's bad right now?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's like
How about Thursday?
Just make it Friday, and I can show Roger a couple pretty good. They might be all right spots.
Hey,
They're
Jody,
good
I'm
for at
coming
least one
along.
or
I got
two.
to see that in person.
I couldn't hear you. What?
I said, I'm coming along on that one. I got to see that in person.
So, Roger, you want to call it out? You got called out.
What's at stakes here? I don't, I mean, we got to make this. What's at stakes?
Yeah.
I haven't thought of that.
I think the loser should wear a onesie.
Oh, no.
She's not planning on winning.
Oh, I plan on winning. I just don't bet nothing I would not do because I fulfill my bets if I lost.
Yeah.
Squirrel onesie, just saying.
Squirrel onesie. I don't want to have to go buy that.
What's your best rod and reel?
My bumping setup.
I want it.
An eagle claw with a pin. Warfare.
Yeah, my best setup. What's your best setup? My best setup's worth about $600.
My best setup is worth about $260.
How much?
$260.
You can have the rod then. You don't get the reel. I got a Boo Beast as my bumping reel, which is really overkill. I don't want to put it on another rod because it's too nice. I like to use it on my bumping rod because it's always in my hand. But it's overkill. That's a $400 rod or reel.
I can deal with that.
I bet you could.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Is that it?
What do you agree on? Do you agree on it?
My best setup against your setup. Yeah, that's not close. That's not smart.
It doesn't have to be smart. You just have to say yes.
I can see where this bet's going.
Yeah.
Down the drain.
Yeah, I'm not one of these other guys that just fall for. I don't want to get beat by a girl. I'm like, if I lose, how do I replace this stuff?
Well, what do you want to bet then?
I don't know. I'm open for suggestions. I don't want to.
Anybody got any suggestions in chat for a bet wager?
Yeah, what do you want to see? Yeah, Mark knows that beast is pure musky reel. Yeah, they're tanks. I like using it for a bumping reel, but
you can always do a new Uncle Lou rod.
Happy Gilmore award for Kevin. Better box of zebra cakes.
I quit eating zebra cakes. I can have one. What was it? February 1st?
Second.
$100 fuel card.
It's gonna cost me $100 just to go. Drag my boat down and put it in the water somewhere. It's about $100.
Yep.
About a haircut? Ooh.
Who put that?
Don.
Oh no, Kevin Baker.
Put her in pink. Oh yeah. I would like it any more than her. Well, that is kind of tempting.
Nah. That's Don. He knows I'm getting a haircut anyway, so.
Oh. Yeah, I could use a haircut. You could shave me and it wouldn't bother me.
See, I wanted to bet Has a haircut, but he wouldn't do it.
Dang.
Why?
I planned on using that hole against Has, but he wouldn't fall for it. But guess who did?
Oh, he didn't yet.
I think I heard you agree. We just haven't agreed on the repercussions of the bet yet.
Here's the thing: she's using a spot against me that I gave her.
That's my girl.
something I found that she said, man, I'd like to have that spot, and I could really get somebody good with that one. It's me.
That's been months ago.
What the hell?
Months ago. I seen him put a video of the spot, and I asked for it so I could have it in my back pocket for a bet, and turned it around on him.
There you go.
That's not even right, Jodi.
I traded him a T-shirt for it. That's all it took.
Yeah, the T-shirt. Well, I was wearing it last night. I traded a T-shirt, and it kicked me right in the butt. Jodi wanted a 1-hour challenge, and she was going to channel cat me to death.
Yeah, that's exactly the spot I was going to use on Haz.
Yep. What makes you think it's a channel cat spot?
It might not be now.
It wasn't a channel cat spot. It was a blue cat spot.
Really?
I should have left that to myself, since how she thinks she was going to go there and whoop up on
Channel blues, as long as they're small, they're the same. So
now we got to make up your mind. What is it?
most fish caught in an hour.
1 hour?
Catfish. Most catfish caught in an hour.
1 hour challenge.
Yep.
All right.
What? Now, what was we gotta think something good.
Oh man, these guys are freaking. Tim Molina says you can't fish for a month. Loser can't live stream or be on a live stream for a month.
That would be agony.
You know, I think a good one would be to every time they live stream that they'd have something up on their banner that they may or may not have liked.
Yeah, or so and so beat me or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I could live with that. I mean,
Jodi whooped my butt.
let's see.
I said
I mean, I kind of like that name Pinocchio. I mean, I could come up with a really good name for you to wear a month.
Month long pet name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can do that. Drop the link.
Don't worry, Roger. I'll send you some spots for some channel cats. I know where some are at.
If I got to go up your way, I'll be $200 in gas.
Oh, I know where some. I know where some are where you fish.
Brad, no one asked you.
Wait a minute, you're using the spot that I gave you against me, and now you want to throw smoke at somebody trying to help.
He does get to phone a friend. That is in the rules.
Russia needs a Viking hat.
That would be
I
awesome.
don't even know what that is, Bobcat. He probably wasn't even watching.
Watch what?
About the Viking hat.
I
wore it during the monster fish.
Oh, yeah. I saw. You can only fish with chicken for 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
That wouldn't be that bad.
You wouldn't mind. I might as well not go at all.
That's got a pretty good idea.
That's a good one.
Oh, that.
I could see you in a pink tutu.
You'd never see it though.
I'm not even wearing pants now. I'm kidding. I got
12.
pants.
It's 12:14. Okay. That's exactly right, LG. I didn't get paid the last bet I won.
Oh yeah, we don't play like that. I know Jodi's good for it. When she lost the bet and dove straight in the water, she got my respect from then on out. She's not pussyfoot around the loss. She took it like a champ.
The swimming pad was open.
The what?
The swimming pad. The dock.
Yeah.
La, la, la.
Yeah.
I just don't like it being on TikTok. That's what I should have bet Aaron he had to take it off TikTok.
I bet she's got a lot of views off of that.
Not really. It wouldn't hurt him one bit to take it off.
I think I've got like 2 videos on TikTok.
If you got a link you need to drop, just go ahead and drop it. And if you can't, send it to somebody and they'll drop it for you.
Has is blue, but I can't see.
I think Chris should be.
Yeah,
John Parker just made me a thumbnail. Appreciate it, John.
For what?
Pontoon Jodi open mic chat night.
Oh, okay. I thought he made one for this challenge already. I'm like, holy smokes, he's good.
That's what I thought he'd done too.
John Parker's probably already got 3 made up for that.
10 packs of bologna versus 10 packs of better cheddars.
That man is amazing. He makes great thumbnails.
Yes, he does.
Hey, Kelly Bear.
And great logos too. I'm very appreciative.
Noted, buddy.
Ooh. I like this one too.
10 packs of bologna.
That's a good one, Mark. I like that.
That's right, Roger. Aaron won the bet, but Jodi won the night. You must respect. There you go. Has to buy it. Has merch.
Yep. So far, I'm liking the pink tutu. But I wanted to go all out. I want you to look like a ballerina.
So you're going to dress up like a ballerina? Run as fast as I can. I can't run, Tim. I'm in it to win it. Oh, has to put out a video fishing with bacon.
I lose my street cred.
Yeah.
Bacon's for the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not putting bacon on a hook.
Me either.
Or glizzies. They don't go on the hook either.
Let's see. Don R., if you go to real time catfishing, it's a channel, John Parker and Dana. They got a video on it. Tells you exactly how to do it.
Yep. Yep. That's
They
good
sure
too.
do.
There's a lot of different ways to do it. But
If somebody wants to drop that, they can drop that link to it.
Yeah, Dunnar, if you even comment on Mr. Parker's videos and ask him a question, he's very good about responding and helping people out.
Yep. What did I come back into?
And
Jodi-
you'll get bad juju.
That's hilarious.
Oh. Well, I have to move down there. It's going to take a while. Which I am looking to move. So maybe I just make the choice to move some to some better fishing.
Yep, come on. Let's go.
I've already done that.
Eats no zebra cakes for 30 days. That's easy.
Yeah.
Has to eat zebra cakes for 30 days. That would be a better bet.
Can you imagine what you feel like if you eat zebra cake every day for 30 days?
Oh, that'd be horrible.
That would not be horrible to me. It would not be horrible to me at all.
That too? I'm not doing that.
I like that one though. That one's pretty good.
Michelle said, "You'd rather wear a pink tutu than take bacon bet." Boy, I say, boy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, John.
Here
Bless
we go.
Bless your
Right
heart.
now, he might be able to take Has right now if Has has a bad day. Just
Yeah, they're having
saying.
a hard time. They're having a hard time over there, ain't they?
Yep. Right now, if anybody wants to make a bet, be the time.
Brian B., are you fishing this Saturday in the Winter Blues? Or are you on the 15th? I think you're this Saturday. We got lucky because our river is jacked up right now and it's coming down. It went up super fast and super hard, and it's going to fall just as fast and hard and that's going to have the fish all jacked up for a little bit. So luckily, I'm scheduled to fish next weekend, and our water should be a little more stable. So we just might have a chance.
Hey, you could do loser has to dye their hair pink.
Yes.
Yeah, you know how much dye that would take for her?
A lot.
A lot.
She said she's getting it cut, so it'll be easier.
I'm just getting it trimmed up, and I gotta get the back of my head shaved right there.
That says this is when he catches his PBs. Yeah, January historically is a good month for us. We keep track of the fish we catch throughout the year. And in January last year, we caught 120 or 140 catfish in January. It was actually our third, I think it was either our third or fourth highest productive month of the year. I believe it was September that was the highest.
Mm-hmm.
September, and it might have been June was the second highest. Somewhere right around there.
Yeah, I got my fish log to start this year, so that way I can keep track of my catches and temperatures and conditions and all of that, so I can start keeping track of it this year. That's something I got from you, Roger, so thank you.
Zach kept track of the fish caught on his boat. So we, me and Skip caught fish separately on his boat, my boat. I did a lot of Hoover stuff. So the counts don't really add, everything up, but just what he caught on his boat and I caught on his boat was 1,100 and somewhere around 1,120, 1,130 fish last year.
Wow, that's incredible.
For two people, it's not really that crazy if you think about it. It's like 500 and some a piece. So it's not mind blowing, but
still a lot of fish.
It's a lot of fish.
Not a bad number. Yeah, it's not a bad number at all.
Two months. All he did was mail me some rigs he tied me. I've had stink ever since then.
Yeah.
Just by using his rig.
I actually used his rig last time I was out.
Mm-hmm. Listen to that one.
Steve Adams is hilarious.
Uh-oh. Muddy River. Let's do it.
He's talking to Haz. He's talking about Haz coming down New Mexico, getting into float tubes.
I know it. We blame John Parker because he can't catch a fish, and he passes everybody he fishes with that no longer catches a fish.
John Parker, I'll take you fishing, and I'll still catch fish. I don't believe in that stuff. None of it. You guys see my last live stream? I was catching fish with bananas hanging out of my mouth. Still haven't shipped my bag.
I've seen that.
Because you fed me pizza. Every time everybody's pizza with no cheese on it today is live. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I guess we need some more comments. I guess the next thing we'll talk about is food.
Oh boy.
You got no questions.
What's your dish? So if you go into a carry-in or a family function and they say, Jodi, bring what? What are you fixing?
Well, I bring stuff I don't like to eat that everybody else likes, like homemade dressing for Thanksgiving. I make garden corn, cream corn out of garden corn, things like that. But the thing that I like that I make, and I've made this for weddings too. I've made 50 people at a time, parties and stuff. I make barbecued pulled pork.
That sounds good.
It's real sweet because I like sweet stuff. I use a whole bag of brown sugar in it, sometimes more.
Holy crap.
If you're not diabetic before you eat it, you're diabetic after you eat it.
Hey, Jody, tell them what you do to McDonald's sweet tea.
I get I'm not big on tea, first off. I think it's bitter. I don't even drink coffee, but I get a sweet tea from McDonald's and I order 6 packs of sugar.
With a McDonald's sweet tea.
Yeah, I like to see the sugar swimming around in it.
I think you could call it candied pulled pork at that point.
I can't tell you how many people ask for the recipe and they'll come up and tell me how good it is. But it's very sweet and it's barbecuey and you can't beat it. I mean, even I like it, so. But that's probably my best dish to take somewhere.
Mark says pulled pork or brisket or pork belly burnt ends are a huge request he gets. That man, all that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Ross? Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, you're good. I like making the buffalo chicken dip.
It's good.
I'll be glad to meet you down there too. I can't wait to see everybody.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
It's like a family reunion. I look more forward to seeing people at CatCon or any other fishing event for that matter than I do any of my family functions.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Yeah, I will. I don't do family functions anyways.
Yep. Smoke a mean pork butt and yard bird.
Yeah.
Koss, what about you? What's your you get invited to an event, an Eventicon, you got to bring a dish. What's the one thing everybody's asking for?
Well, I don't know about events, but like if I'm going to somebody's house or something that's had my cooking, most of the time it's chicken and dumplings.
Oh, that sounds good.
People want me to bring chicken and dumplings.
Do you make the yellow ones from a fresh hen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Can you make them next Thursday?
I can make you some if you'd like some.
Oh boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You wait. There's going to be a grill on that boat before too long.
I have a stove.
There you go. You can heat it up. We're killing Has over there, and he says, "Stop talking about food. I can't eat again until noon."
He's on his fast.
He's intermittent fasting. That's right. Speaking of McDonald's,
yep.
I'm gonna cheat and grab some ice cream. Oh, you're only cheating on yourself.
Yeah.
I ain't started a diet yet because I know I ain't sticking to it right now.
There we go. Chicken and dumplings.
What about you, Brad? You got a specialty that?
I usually like making the buffalo chicken dip or the pickle rolls with cream cheese in them and the dried beef.
Dale says everyone loves my beans. Did you just read that in Brian's voice? I did.
Did you always say it's buddy?
No midnight snacks for you, buddy.
I'm actually starting to say it like that. He's rubbing off on me. It's
Yeah,
kind of like Palmetto's motoring.
Yeah.
There's Eric B. How you doing?
Don's heading out. Good night, buddy. Thanks for tuning in.
Not Don.
Thanks for the question. Beer, batter, fish, catfish.
Lance.
Biscuits and gravy, barbecue, baby back ribs. You make gravy out of barbecue ribs? Boy, can you imagine how good that would be? Barbecue rib gravy.
Never thought about it, but it would be actually really good.
Yep.
Because I've made it with corned beef and stuff, but I've never made it with,
A microwave potato.
I made these Korean corn dogs, and if you've ever seen them, they're crazy different. And instead of using like cornmeal, they use a yeast dough on the outside. And you stuff them with cheese or sausage or whatever, and then you roll them in the dough, and then you put potatoes, small pieces of potatoes, hash browns on the outside, and then you deep fry them, and then you roll them in sugar when they're done.
Holy cow.
And it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, once you eat one, you'll be in love for the rest of your life. They are absolutely delicious.
David Smith said bacon wrapped grilled pork loin injected barbecue sauce. That's what I had for dinner tonight. Honestly.
Yeah.
I had bacon, pork loin. Mine was applewood smoked and some cream peas and rice. Well, bacon wrapped bacon. One of the things I make is a stuffing. I got the recipe from, it actually came from Louisiana. I can't remember the name of the town, but the lady I was dating, it was her grandmother's recipe, and it has, it's a stuffing. It's just got the seasoned breadcrumbs, and it's got sweet Italian sausage in it. I shred apples and saute apples and celery and all that stuff and mix it up. And I think I normally put pecans in part of it. And that's usually what people want. And if it's something quick, then I get I do a good cheesy potato melt. It just all goes in a crock pot, but everyone likes it.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I had rabbit food.
Yeah. I made some cornbread yesterday, honey bread with sweet sugar bread, but I used a dippy mix. I didn't make it from scratch.
Yeah. Whenever I make my cornbread, whenever I make dressing, I make my cornbread and then grind that up, and use that as my breadcrumbs. So, yeah.
I used to, but you have to make the cornbread the night before. And every time I get up the next day to make the dressing, I forgot to make the cornbread.
That poses a problem, Jody.
I know. So I started buying breadcrumbs because I did that like 3 times, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it no more. I just buy breadcrumbs.
Yeah, just forget it.
There you go. Just bring some Doritos. You'll be fine.
Just use bacon grease. Yeah, bring Doritos. I do like Doritos.
Yeah.
Servings are enough for 2.
Yep.
That's average for me. That's
a new name. I hadn't noticed. Down East Tackle.
I seen him earlier.
Yeah.
They've been in a few streams.
I'm not
They've
sure.
been in?
Yeah, he's been in several streams. I've talked to him. He makes rigs.
Okay.
He said he
I
wanted
hadn't
to
seen
challenge
you
me
before.
earlier.
Yeah.
Well, look at that comment from Aaron. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron.
Have a good night. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you haven't already, check out my video.
There you go. That a girl. That's how you get the plugs in there.
Like and subscribe, please.
There you go.
Do I have anybody who can drop some links?
Well, Haz was here, but now he's gone.
No, I see him right there.
No, he was
Down
talking
East. Was it Pant? There's Miss Valerie. There's Quiet Man.
Hey,
Michelle.
Valerie.
Hi, Valerie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Valerie.
Another local Ohioan.
There you go.
Doritos and better cheddars. Good combo. Hey, that's how you get invited onto the boat right there.
Mm-hmm.
Food and fuel. That's all it really takes to get me going.
Yep.
If I can afford to do it, I'd go fishing every day with anybody.
Drop Brenda and Brad and Muskrat and Wannabe. I've got Wannabes right here. I can drop it, and I can drop Bobcats. And anybody else's you want to drop yours, and
yeah, drop them all. Share the love.
Yeah, if you got a wrench, drop your own link. Let's just share them all out there real quick.
That's one thing that we normally don't do. I almost never drop my own link, and it's just kind of like
Yeah, but I told them to, so just drop it.
drop it
It'd
like
be
it's
easy.
hot.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
there's times I'll hunt 10 minutes for a link. So if you
Yeah.
want your link dropped, you got permission to drop your link right here and nobody think bad about it.
Make you a spreadsheet, girl. Put them alphabetical order.
I usually have it typed into the description, but I got lazy.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever asked anybody to like and subscribe to my channel. So that's wild.
Looks like, yep, you got it.
Let's see. See if I can change that for you, sis.
Heck yeah.
Is that how you get on the muskrat? Heck yeah.
It didn't let me. Oh, I'm logged into this one. I'm logged into that one.
Chris says, you all have a good night. It's been fun, Jody. I'll jump in one of your shows in the future. Let's plan on it. Thanks again for the love, everyone. Absolutely.
Have a great night. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have
Appreciate
a wonderful night. Yeah.
Yeah, it's past my bedtime. I don't know what happened.
I'd say I'm actually going to get off here.
I heard you yawning earlier. I just didn't call you out on it.
Well,
Yawning? Me? Never.
that's why
Yep.
he's got the camera off.
Mm-hmm.
People start calling him Brian.
That's not a bad thing. He catches fish. I can be okay with that.
Well, that's true too. I wouldn't. That's not terrible. I guess it's not a terrible thing. There you go. Tidal weights for all your sinkers and what do we got? You got drifting sinkers and dragon sinkers, and Roger, you bring the grill. I bring the bread, cheddar betters, and Doritos.
That sounded like a song.
Yep. You bring the grill, and I bring the bread.
That's funny. You bring the bucket and I off in the hole.
Have a good night, everyone.
See you, Brad.
Thank you for coming up, Brad. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Tidal weights guaranteed to sink or your money back.
It'd be my honor to do your link. You know, a lot of times you don't do that, but it's okay. I'll go ahead. I got Bobcats pulled up, so I'll drop his real quick.
Curtis says, I got the food and the gas. We'll stop at Taco Bell. Honestly, the gas is usually the number one reason I don't go out. And, you know, you guys, of course, you guys got a boat, so you guys understand. Those guys do too.
I went from three times a week to one time a week fishing when the gas went up.
Yeah.
Yep, I was going fishing 4 times a day and going to a few different spots and doing all that. And I had to quit. I mean, it's down to where I'll, fish one day. I have to budget it in with the gas prices like they are. Cause where I go to fish, it takes about a quarter tank of gas to get there and get back home. So every time I go, it's a lick. And so I've really had to watch what I do because of gas prices.
So
definitely.
What's an average trip for you guys cost to go out? So like including your boat, if you got a boat. So I'm asking the folks in chat and Jody too, what expense wise, what does it normally cost you to take the boat out? You know, obviously if you fill it up, you're not, unless you really run it hard, you're not going to use all that gas in a single trip, but on average.
Usually I don't travel a lot in my boat. I got my spots and I pick the closest boat ramp to it and then I put in. But I'm not that far from the boat ramp most of the time. So I can get 3 trips out of 12 gallons on the boat.
So 4 gallons a trip,
$3
a gallon.
Yeah. Plus, you got your oil you put in. When I think I used 2, maybe. I can't remember. 2 little things of oil. So my truck takes $40 to $50.
And you're pretty close.
Yeah. And that's not counting eating out or buying ice or any of the other stuff that goes with it. That's just gas.
Especially if you, like for us, a lot of times I'll go the day before and go try to catch bait. So, I'll spend half a tank of gas going and trying to get bait the day before. So, especially in the wintertime, because your days are so much shorter. So, I end up usually put about $30, $40 in gas the day before. I usually put about $30 in the boat, and that's only 10 gallons. I got a 30-gallon tank. And, but on average, I use about 10, 12 gallons in a trip. I try to keep it full just in case. And then the truck is a full tank of gas. It's a half a tank of gas to pull the boat clear down to the river, and depending on what pool I'm in, and to get back home. It's usually a full tank. So for me, it's about $120, $30, and that's not counting food. So it's tough.
And if I travel farther, I have to put more gas in it.
Yeah.
That's just my closest spot.
If I go to Hoover, like where these guys are at, I don't run the big motor. I can run the little motor. So I could take about, $20, $30 off the day by not running the big motor. I just run my 9.9.
Yeah.
On the Mississippi, you don't keep up with cost. If you do, you will quit fishing in a boat. That's a good tip. I know I've made a mistake of trying to add it up and put it all together a few times, and $120 to $150 by the time you add food and everything a day to fish. It gets tough.
Yeah. I mean, I don't put gas in a boat, and it's tough for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that day I went down and fished with Jodi. I went down 2 days before to catch bait because I didn't have the time the day before. And, that's a quarter tank. And then driving down there, I mean, that's a tank in my car. That's $45 by the time I got back home. So, I mean, that's not a ton. It doesn't compare with you guys that, that are putting it in a boat. But even for bank fishermen, it's expensive.
That comment right there is a great comment, a great tip. I do that. I don't even think to talk about it, but I got an automatic ice maker, and once the tray's full, I use Walmart bags. I just dump them in Walmart bags and put them in the deep freezer. And I just keep about every day I can get a Walmart bag full, and I'll just keep bagging up ice till I've got enough. And
I get my ice from work. They got an ice machine set up for your coolers. Everybody fills their cooler up of a morning, but I fill mine up of the evening.
Smart girl.
Heck no, I don't want to sell my 9.9. That thing makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Chad said, I'll stick to the bank. Yeah, it's expensive to take the boat and use the boat and all the maintenance on a outboard. Of course, you guys know all the trouble I've had this year with my motor, but it's expensive. But it's worth it. I haven't bank fished in a long time, and I like being able to get out there and scan areas and get to places that I have more confidence in.
Look at the bragger.
What is it?
Look at the bragger right here.
Cost me about a nickel. Yeah, it don't even cost you a nickel. It's downhill. You can put it in neutral and coast.
Yep. Okay.
I'll stick to my kayak.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice.
That's the main reason why I'm going with a kayak and not anything different. It's just because of gas prices and all of that. Because even, I will put a trolling motor on it, but it's not as much upkeep and all of that. So,
yeah.
Holy cow! Running a 40-foot Cape Islander is not cheap. Heck no. I wouldn't take that catfishing.
Okay.
9.5 horsepower. Wow.
I've got something I want to talk about.
Well,
But probably called the stink.
Bob's heading out, so we'll say goodnight to Bob real quick. So thanks for coming up, Bob, and sharing your story with us. I appreciate it. And have a good night, buddy. Okay, I'm sorry. Jeez, $1,500 a trip.
I know. I have a question about, and we're just going to talk about it in a friendly manner. No one gets mad.
Oh boy,
whatever you want to say, just say it. And if you don't like someone's comment about it, or feelings, just ignore it. But I want to talk about timing out.
Timing out.
Okay.
Yeah. Because some channels have started no timeout period. There used to be no timeout period to begin with. Then all of a sudden, it's become a game.
Mhm.
And I play it. I play the game, and I find it funny. But a lot of people get offended when they see someone getting timed out. They don't understand, or they think it's disrespectful. So a lot of channels have started not allowing it at all, which was the way it was before.
Mhm.
I only did it on certain channels, anyway. My friends' channels that allowed me to do it. But I just want to know what people think about it. Do you not like seeing it at all? Or because, I'm here to make friends. I don't want to offend anybody. And if me timing somebody out offends you, I want to know. And
I'll let you go first. I'd like to hear your opinion first because you're fairly new. And so I would like to get your perspective on it, what it looks like or feels like as a newcomer to this community. So what do you feel about it?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't understand that it was a game. I didn't, just because I didn't know. And it's taken me a while to really get the game, to figure it out. So I never was offended by it or anything. Once I recognized that it was a game, then I started to be like, okay, what's the game? I was trying to figure out exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think it's funny. I got timed out the other day. Greenwell timed me out. It was the first time anybody timed me out. I laughed. I thought it was hilarious. But, I don't take offense to a lot of things like that. So I don't, but I also understand that some people do get their feelings hurt, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
So
go back to Valerie's comment there, because I heard this comment yesterday that people said, but has anybody actually seen this? I've heard it, but has anybody actually seen it? Because I went through and kind of looked through YouTube standards and different things today, and Mark can help you out on this. He's very quick and he's good at reading between the lines and deciphering through technical terms and stuff. But I didn't see anything that pertained to the timing out stuff. I could see it being an issue, and I'll give my 2 cents on it here in a second. But I see people saying they're getting warnings, but I haven't actually seen anyone that has done it or has had that experience. So for me personally, it kind of depends on the channel. Some channels, a little more laid back and cut up. So I'm just picking on Chad here for a minute, but the Bait Shop is pretty much a cut up channel. They laugh and goof around and have shenanigans with each other, shenanigans in chat. And in that scenario, I think that for the most part, the timeout game is fun and creative and no harm, no foul. But on other channels that are, more dedicated, like for instance, my channel, I don't mind if people time out and have fun. It doesn't really bother me. I've never done it because, to me, it just wasn't, I don't know. It's just not me. But I think on some channels that are, spending time getting guests and trying to teach and be informative, or with the chat, and the chat's just running wild, in my opinion, sometimes it could be disrespectful to the host who's putting content together for the audience, but the audience is, running wild. And that's, that's two sides of the coin. I feel like, like Brenda said here, first people coming in, they're like, what the heck is going on? Why do you get timed out for that? That's ridiculous. And then they maybe be afraid to speak up or say anything.
Most of the time they don't have a wrench either. They don't even see what's going on.
Yeah. Or don't even understand why some people are blue. We've all seen those comments,
Yeah.
So I don't know. In my opinion, I think somebody just said it was in moderation. It's okay. So, but until I actually see something that has actually been getting warnings or anything for being timed out, I'm not going to pay no attention to it. I think it's just a rumor that's, maybe somebody got butt hurt and they decided I'm going to stop it, and start a rumor. I don't think it's true, but I don't know that to be a fact. It's just my opinion.
No, it is easy to block somebody because the chat is moving up and you're going to hit a button and it slides. When it slides up, you're getting blocked or timeout. But by the time you go to hit timeout, it slides down to block because chat has moved the comment up.
Yeah. Yeah, like Alicia says here too, unless you're a moderator and somebody, somebody's able to go and see the comment, then it's just gone. You have no idea what they said or why they got timed out. Yeah, thanks, Chad. Yeah, I think the subject of the live has a lot to do with it. If if it's a cut up show or a live stream and everybody's just kind of cut up and having a good time, and that's the acceptable pace, then I really don't see an issue with it. But on other other times, I see that somebody's putting time and effort into putting a quality show together. It could be disrespectful, and I don't mean that from me, because I honestly don't. I think it's funny too most of the time, so I don't really pay much attention to it. But I could see other people, that could get upset.
People get their feelings hurt over small things too, and you definitely don't want to do that. But I mean, it's like in my fishing home, I wouldn't think a thing about. I haven't timed anybody out, but that's not to say I wouldn't. I mean, I know I've got free will. I can do that in there, but like when Doc tells us going on or during the show, I wouldn't do that, and I don't think Jodi would either. During the stream itself. And if she did it, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Jodi has. Sorry, Tom. Tom don't know it.
I really like that one right there. I like that comment. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate.
I don't know what it said. And I've timed people out my sleep. So
what? Yeah,
I would sleep and my hand would hit the thing, or I'd drop the phone in the car and my foot would kick it. And my screen's so sensitive. I've timed Steve Adams out twice on 2 shows in my sleep.
And Stan tells the story where he laid his phone on top of the tablet or something, and it timed out everybody, deleted everybody's. I was
watching when he did that.
At the Lord's nest, it costs for some to have their wrench taken away.
My email.
Yeah, I agree with Tim though. Back there, he says it's gotten a little bit out of control, and I agree with that. It's kind of cute in the beginning, but I think for most people it's a joke, haha. But then there's some people who like, man, that freaking turd. And the second they get an opportunity, they don't care what the comment is. The second they get a chance to get you back, it's on. And
I'm bad to throw up the shark emoji, and that's where I'm acting like I'm circling them in to put the hammer on them.
Yeah.
And I'm just teasing and aggravating. Most of the time, I don't even hammer them. 90% of the time when I do that, I don't even time somebody out. I'm just teasing like I'm going to. But then sometimes people will do it because I throw the shark up. I guess they try to beat me to it, or they're doing it for me. But yeah, sometimes they get timed out by somebody else just because I've typed their name with the shark on it. Yep. If I knew how to make a poll, I'd put a poll up, but I don't know how.
You got to go to your community tab.
To do it through StreamYard?
No, through YouTube.
I'm on StreamYard though.
Yeah. Oh, to put it up on here right now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know how to do that either, to be honest.
No.
I fell asleep under Epic's live. Phone ended up under my. Daniel, I think I was in that, and you were like hammering everyone, and it was like, "What the heck? Is he drunk? What is going on?" Dan, what are you doing? Somebody's shutting down.
I've been guilty of buying a hammer and taking a hammer too with money.
That might be a trick I got to do. I might have to go back in my channel and take every hammer away and let them people buy it back.
I've been guilty of giving Mark money for a hammer.
I post links for Mark for a hat. Does that count?
So, as a mod kayak catfish lives, I enjoy timing out haters and trolls. Yeah, I agree with that. Some people, just saying stupid stuff or being disrespectful, and I think they, drop the hammer ASAP.
That's different, yeah.
And the trolls, obviously, they got to go immediately. But
polls are for 1K channels.
Yep, I saw that. I didn't realize that, but I saw it. $10 is $10.
That's good to know.
Well, just tell everybody to put thumbs up in chat if they think it's good or bad or however you want it.
We could do that. If you think timing out's kind of grown like the zebra cakes, it got past its stage. If you think timing out's grown past its stage of play, if we're timing out, put a thumbs up. If you're timing out, put a thumbs down, and we'll see what everybody thinks that way.
I can't see chat, so you'll have to keep me updated.
Has reminded us that it's actually only $7 in the YouTube market. YouTube takes 33%, about 30% and some change every super chat.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to really, help a channel out, maybe, sometimes they do like fundraisers or donations to help somebody or something. If you really want to help them, find their PayPal because they get 100% of it. Now, there's nothing wrong with the super chats. I, for one, absolutely appreciate and, adore every single one I get. So I'm not talking about myself, but like when they do fundraisers for different things, they're helping people try to raise money. You try to find their PayPal link and that they get 100% of it then. And they don't have to wait on it. PayPal is right now. You send money, you got it now. On YouTube, super chats, they pay you out once a month. So on the 21st of the month, they pay you all the super chats you got for the month, but you have to hit $100 for the month to even get it. If you don't hit $100, it'll roll over to the next month.
Okay.
I did not know that.
A lot of channels don't talk about that because, most people, I guess, don't want to talk about money because, we want to show our appreciation, be grateful for anything that comes into the channel to help out. But I had a lot of questions the other day about that, and it just happened to come up right now. So
That's interesting. I'm glad you said that because I'm, as new, I don't know all the ins and outs. So
yeah, that's how it works. I will take 2 channels via PayPal.
And like Valerie, she found it disrespectful for someone to time somebody out on somebody's channel. And I don't have the same agreement she does, but that don't mean we have to. I respect hers and she respects mine.
Right.
She's got to do what she wants to do, and I tried not to offend Valerie though. So I have been trying to cut back on timing out. That was one of my New Year's resolutions, was to stop timing people out. Did it work? I already broke it. But I've not been doing it near as bad as I did. So I am trying to stop it, but good gravy. Who woke him up?
Woo, Lyle, what are you doing up? Mark, what do you mean there? PayPal is worse than the government. They take $30 on supers, and then Uncle takes 33% of what's left. A
hammer fee, kind of like the sturgeon swear jar.
There you go.
There you go.
That'll slow it down.
That would slow it down big time. And Lyle, I'm thankful you come in tonight. It's always a pleasure when Lyle's around.
Absolutely.
Lyle, the subject we're talking about right now is the use of hammers. People getting timed out, and it's been pretty funny, and it stays pretty funny for the most part. But has it is it getting old? People are getting their feelings hurt. You know, has it been overplayed? Are we maybe shying some new folks away because they come in and they don't understand why somebody just got timed out and it was done in fun or as a joke?
Because no matter what, we don't as a community want to represent, you know, we don't want to represent that whenever they come in.
Yeah.
So that's really important. I mean, it's all in fun. I mean, I like I said, I get it. I think it's hilarious, but I can get where I can also see Valerie's point where people couldn't get their feelings hurt or feel disrespected because of it.
Yeah. It's like, you know, we don't have to agree on everything, but we do need to come together and work together.
Yeah.
To make something, try to make something everybody's happy with.
So
Because like I said, I don't want to offend anybody. And, you know, I'm trying to make friends and stuff, and I don't want to run no friends off because I time somebody out.
well, I wanted to back up to local 252 comment. Yeah, that's why I mainly listen and learn from chats and not interact all the time.
Because you're afraid you get I think I accidentally timed him out.
Well, accidents happen, and you know, I mean that's to be expected. But I would like to, if you could elaborate a little bit on that. Is that you know, to get caught up in the game and getting, you know, timed out or kicked out? Is it embarrassing to be timed out? You know, because that kind of comment right there kind of worries me.
I might have done him on purpose. I can't remember. He'll be able to tell me if I did or not, because I remember saying something to him about it. I can't remember if it was accident or on purpose.
Hogleg says, personally myself, I think it's bad for a young channel to allow that going on. Just the same as I think that young channel should not turn on subscriber mode only. I don't know about the subscriber mode only. I haven't actually done that yet, but subscriber mode only, you know, if you set it at 5 minutes or something like that, you're just basically keeping the bots out. They can't come in and start dropping a bunch of crap. And so I'm not sure if I agree with the subscriber only mode, but I do agree with, you know, young channel allowing, you know, a bunch of shenanigans to go on.
Yeah.
And possibly, you know, people not taking your channel serious. You know, it's just a game or a fun channel, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's the there's nothing wrong with that if that's what your channel is intended to be. But just be adult. Man, if we could just get everybody.
I can't we be friends? I can't we be friends?
Being an adult, that stuff's no fun.
Yeah, being adults, cray. I like to get late and have fun every once in a while. That's the subscriber only one. I did subscriber only a week or so ago, just because I was getting bots in here, but I didn't do it tonight. Has anybody timed any bots out tonight? If you have, put a thumbs up. I'm curious to see. I don't know if I had any come in or not.
I didn't see any, and generally we see them first because there's a, you know, that lag, 10-second lag.
I can't see it through my feed though.
You don't have chats on yours?
I'm logged in on both ways.
I don't know how. I've never seen comments starred before.
Yeah, like right there. Let's see. I'm gonna do hog legs. I put a star beside it. Does it make it look any different?
No, there's a whole column of comments that are under starred selection up at the top. Where you got the live and the private chat comments, and there's a starred section.
That's true, Mark.
Yep, Mark, I agree 100%, especially when it comes to the giveaways. When it comes to the giveaways, I would go back days. I would make somebody, you know, or even weeks. If I announced I'm having a big giveaway in 2 weeks, I want all the guys that help me get to where I am, the why I'm celebrating, to possibly reap the benefit or the reward for that. I don't want a bunch of people just to hop on my channel because they want to win something and then you never see them again. That's, to me, I mean, I'd rather appreciate the folks that help me get where I am, supporting me, and all that. I think people are a little thin-skinned. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, like right here is an example, Mark. I set him up, had his wrench took away from a channel, and had him go into the channel saying that he's asking a question about a tournament. Just so I could put his name up with Sharks on it to show him I could time him out. I did not time him out out of respect, though. But I did do that for meanness, and that was just yesterday, maybe. So it does happen. But, you know, that channel decided not to do timeouts anymore. They decided to go straight-laced and do nothing but content. And I'm proud of them for that. But I like playing games, and this is just a game I did. But
There's
I didn't
actually
even time
nothing wrong with having fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to have fun.
Yeah.
And as far as getting an email from YouTube, I've probably been timed out 100 times in the last 2 months, maybe more than 100 times. And that's not a stretch. So if anybody's going to get in trouble, I'll be the first one.
Yep. Well, because you can set the subscriber only mode to minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it just makes it to where the bot, it's just a speed bump for the bots to slow them down or keep them out.
Right.
Tom does not like the hammer. Yeah,
I've never been a big fan of it. I mean, I timed out, as a moderator, I take the responsibility and I watch for negative comments or bots and things like that.
Yeah.
Basically, I look at it as if I would want that in my stream, would I allow that comment or would I like that comment in my stream? And if the answer is no, they're gone.
Yay, no bots so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. So the opinions are mixed.
Yeah.
And the subscriber mode is mixed. Like I said, if it offends somebody, I don't want to do it. So I have been trying not to. But sometimes I slip. It's like the little devil's on the shoulder and the little angel. And the little devil wins sometimes.
Yeah.
Good night, Danny. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I guess, whatever.
There's the little devil right now.
Gotta take Lyle's wrench away. I see. I love Mark.
Are you going to test the theory if Lyle will get mad or not? I can't take his rent. I'm his #1 fan.
Yep. Giveaways always set for days. So we'll have to wait till next time. Yep. I like that.
Yeah.
I almost thought you were a bot.
Yeah. Good night, Danny. I missed it.
There you go. John Parker says, I'll be having my 1K giveaway very, very soon. Be watching for it.
Woohoo! Can't wait.
I don't think that, Valerie. I think you rock. You just say what you feel. That's what we're doing.
That's what makes it.
Yeah. I'm straightforward. I say what I feel and what I'm thinking. That's what I expect of everybody else. You don't have to sugarcoat anything for me.
That's what I say. That's what makes the channel awesome is when people can say exactly how they feel without fear of retaliation or, judgment. Speak your mind.
Like Lyle right there.
Lyle said Mark is the mean son. He's got Mark and he's got Chad. How many other kids you got out there, Lyle? Is there something we need to know?
Did I make up the offend? I would like to go ahead and, since he said that, apologize to anybody I have offended with timing somebody out. It was not my intention. I was just playing a game and having fun. But if I've offended you by doing that, I am sorry.
There you go. You covered.
You asked for anything more than that. That's it.
But there's Cause's link if anybody wants it.
There you go.
There's Eric V. Good night.
Somebody said supporting is the number one goal, or something like that to that effect, and that's 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 100%. You know, just like Melissa just shared out Cause's new channel. You know, she put out a new video today and has had awesome feedback on it and great feedback. So let me ask you, you know, being new, you kicked out your first video. It seems to be hitting off really well. What kind of momentum does that give you to get back out there and get some more footage together and get back to putting out another video?
Oh, it gives me a lot of momentum. It came and you know, I've been dreaming about it and hoping that I could get one out, and you know, it worked out, and I'm so proud of that video. But yeah, I will definitely have some type of other video out before the week, as long as my weather will permit.
Good deal. And you've got a huge world of experienced people here in chat, myself included. You know, if you ever need things, you reach out to anybody, and I'll tell you from experience, everyone will stop what they're doing and help each other out. As far as, you know, if you need help with learning, you know, thumbnails or what programs to use and different things, there's lots of people use a lot of different stuff. So find
Yeah,
one.
you've definitely shown me that, Roger, and so has Jody, and everybody in the catfishing community has. I've been welcomed with open arms, and it was just it's been a wonderful, wonderful addition to my life coming into the YouTube family. So I'm really excited about what's to come, and trust me, anybody that's got any advice, I am more than willing and happy to take it, because the more I learn, the better I'll be.
All right. Good night, Mark.
And we had a comment right here. It is a big family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I spend a lot more time on YouTube than I do with my cousins or my aunts and uncles. And it's you know, they don't want to spend time online like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have the same interests I do. But a lot of my older relatives won't use the electronics for contact either.
Right.
They won't do a video chat or a video call or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I did spend a lot of time on YouTube, which I was in quarantine and had COVID. I was on it a lot during that. That's what got me through it.
Yeah.
I was
Me
home
too.
like a month.
That's a really cool comment right there. I didn't realize that from down east.
What's that?
Even though I'm a saltwater only fisherman, I'm learning a lot, and that is really neat, because you know, off the top of my head, and I'm thinking, what in the world do I do that would be beneficial to a saltwater angler? Because in my opinion, their gear is a lot tougher and durable and expensive than most of the stuff I would ever touch. But when you hear other people coming from other communities, especially if they were experienced in another YouTube community, whether it was bass fishing or demolition derby or anything like that, and when they come into the catfish community, it's been an overwhelming, like, holy crap, this is totally different than what I'm used to. As far as sharing information, knowledge, tips, tricks, and all that stuff, they're just not used to it. And this is the only community I've known, so it just feels normal to me.
Yeah, it's wonderful to come in, because everybody welcomes you, and you know, it's from every direction. So yeah, people in this community really do reach out and make other people feel welcome, and that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
I think a lot of people like Dan right there, they've turned to this community because everybody is so welcoming and supportive. You don't get that sometimes at home.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes your family isn't as supportive as others. So people turn to the catfish community, and there'll be people who are going through things in their life that they need this to fill time to keep them from doing the things that they're trying to get away from. And so it's just a good thing all around for everybody.
Mhm.
You know, it's very helpful in different situations for different people.
I think a lot of it might have to do with, the onset of COVID last year. People couldn't get out and they couldn't see their friends and they couldn't, feel connection with most people. And, here we are, we're talking face to face across the country, across the world in some instances. And it's our ability to share and connect, even though it's on the screen here. It's a bond that we have that we couldn't get any other way, when we were locked down or the social distancing pretty much had everybody in a bubble. And I think the community like that has helped a lot of folks, and people have found their way or gravitated to this type of format because it's a connection.
Yeah. And it's a valuable connection because it brings people hope and it gets them interested in something else and gives them something else to think about. I mean, I know a lot of people have had time off during COVID. Not just when you're sick, just because of, their job dissolved or whatever in the beginning. And people had time to actually go out and fish when they hadn't had time to do that before. I think that really brought a lot of people into a lot of different communities and piqued a lot of different interests for people just because of the situation that we've been all in through this pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
It's been wild.
So we're not live streaming.
That's right, Valerie.
That's
sometimes we don't get along.
Yeah,
That's family.
and that's okay.
Yeah. As long as we can come back together and work it out, smash it out. I mean, there's been people that has made me mad, and I talk to them about it and we work it out.
Yep.
And that's the best way to go about things. If you got a problem with somebody, go to them.
Yeah. That's the one thing I really respected about Jodi once I met her, was that I realized that I don't want anybody dancing around. If I've done something, let's just talk about it and let's just get it out there and be done with it. And, I'm more like a guy, I guess, in that instance, to where I just want to, let's just, say what we've got to say and be done and let's move on and go about our day. It's just a disagreement. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And there's no sense in letting that linger and cause issues when there's no issues that should have ever came from it in the first place.
That's right.
Yep.
If someone's doing something and you can't get over it, just talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's what it comes down to.
Or just like me, there's a few channels out there that I just don't agree with, and
stay out of them.
Yeah, or if they make it into the same chat you're in, just be an adult. Don't start drama. Just carry on the conversation with the other folks, and there's no sense in it's immature. I think, especially in chat, people start talking about other people and putting their problems out there. It's like Facebook, people that blast their problems on Facebook. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah. And look at that little sweet comment from John Parker. We give him a lot of grief because we love him so much.
Yeah.
So when everybody says, like Tinkerbell, she said, why do we blame John Parker for not catching fish? Because he likes to aggravate and cut up and have a good time, and he can take it, and he enjoys getting it thrown at him.
Yep.
And everybody likes John Parker.
Absolutely.
Everybody, yeah. If you don't like John Parker, there's something wrong. There's something wrong.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the black sheep because you're saltwater. I think it's awesome having somebody in here that is interested in this type of talk and stuff. Of course, a lot of like what we're talking about tonight isn't only catfish related. That's the primary target for most of us, but a lot of us will fish for other things. But a lot of it's just talk in general. Heck, we've been talking about food, and
if I go on vacation, I'm going fishing at the beach. So, and you saltwater fish, so you could teach us stuff.
Absolutely.
right.
So welcome. Come on in.
Yep.
Like when I went to Florida. Sorry, Roger. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when I went down to Florida this year, my daughter was on assignment down in Florida, and we drove down there, and she's like, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, all I want to do is go fish." So I was down there for 7 days, and we fished. We were on the ocean every single day. We went down to Key West and fished. So we had a great time. If I can fish, I do not care. I'm going fishing.
Yeah. I mean, life happens. There's going to be some times there's going to be some fussing, but we just got to forgive and forget.
Brian, I like it. Yeah, there's a lot we can learn from saltwater. I was going to say earlier, Has made a comment that, saltwater gear is what catfishermen used to use before there was catfish specific gear. And
exactly. That's what my pins are. They're saltwater. So
my Abus are too. I got the 7,000.
Mm-hmm. So. I originally had a couple 7,000s, the orange catfish specials, and I didn't like them, and I sold them, and now I wish I hadn't. Now I want more line capacity. The longer you do this stuff, the more your needs or what you think you wanted in the beginning. That's why I tell people don't go dropping a bunch of money, because in a year, what you thought you needed, totally different. In most cases, in my opinion, this is all my opinion. I try to say my opinion, or this isn't my original stuff. I don't want to take credit for things that I don't deserve to take credit for, and remind people that, when I speak, it's merely my opinion. It's not the right way necessarily. It's just the way I'm doing things. And I hope I don't come off as a know-it-all and my way or the highway type of guy, but I try to remind people that, it's just my 2 cents.
My dream in the speckled trout on fire. Oh, wow. Yeah. I need to get on some trouts this summer. Whenever I bought my license this last year, I didn't buy a trout license because I was more interested in learning how to catfish, but I will catch a few trout this year.
You're right, Brian. We're getting a little too sensitive and soft in this place. We're going to be singing Kumbaya here in a minute.
That's what I was thinking, where I'm sitting here thinking this is a Kumbaya moment.
Hey guys, I'm going home. That's an adult cartoon, and I've never watched one episode.
What is?
Huh?
What's an adult cartoon?
What was that? South Park?
Yeah, I've never watched it either.
I've never watched one episode.
So I can give him what he's asking for.
I'm not able to get the sticker wrench right now.
Who's peeling in here?
So I've found some things out from this conversation. I hope other people learn from it, and you can make a decision on what you want to do for yourself and for your channel. But just remember, when some channels don't like it, so you have to, you just don't time anybody out. It has to be your friend, and the channel has to prove it, because you will get called out for it if you do it and you're not supposed to be doing it.
Yeah. I think it's all in good fun, as long as it's within the text,
Like I said, I'm going to try and stop it. I'm not going to say I'm stopping it, because we all know I'm not going to. But am I going to do 5 a week or 1 or 2 a week? I'll try to limit it to 1 every 2 or 3 days.
So is that your
That's all we can ask for right now. Jody's going from the major hammer down to a light hammer, so that's big.
She's going to
I try to do stuff in steps. This week will be 1 a day. Then next week will be 1 every 2 days, and then no, I don't do it every day.
Yes, you do.
I think I made it 2 days on my New Year's resolution without timing somebody out. And you know why? Because I was traveling.
He was busy. You couldn't get
I wasn't
the
on,
phone.
I wasn't on YouTube.
Did you see that comment up there? The question?
No.
Local 252, you highlighted it and you went on that says, what's the one thing you will not go fishing without?
Bait, fishing pole.
All right. Let's change the question a little bit. What's one thing, let's say superstition or anything, like you got a lucky anything that you like to have on the boat, a lucky shirt that you wear, lucky hats? You know, everybody talks about this catfishing gear out there. Is there anything that you got to take with you when you go fishing?
I always have to bring a hat and a hair bow.
All right. What about you?
I've got a lucky rod.
You got a lucky rod?
So I've always got to have my lucky rod with me. If I can only take one rod, it'll be that rod.
Jody, you just got that hat. That can't be.
That's my new lucky hat. I even represent my hat. Let's sticker on it.
Next to the camera.
Ain't that the way that's supposed to look, has with the sticker on it?
When your hat
Mark, I need a hat.
When your hat looks like my hat, you can say it's your lucky hat. My hat's been out on 100 fishing trips at least.
I have got to have one of those hats. I've been working for it. We'll see how Mark does me.
It's the standard.
Yeah.
Catfishing apparel.
I think he's got some he's selling right now.
Yeah, I think he's got some in stock.
I can't remember. They're close to $30, I believe, shipping and all.
Yeah, they're worth it. They're great hats.
Hats won't go without toilet paper.
That's a smart man.
Yeah. I keep a roll of it in a Ziploc bag under my boat seat because you never know. I don't go without a red Solo cup.
And a Sharpie. Let's don't forget about the Sharpie.
I finally got Roger back.
He should have been right.
I don't care about no red Solo cup. I told you what we do on the boat. We got a kid's plastic baseball bat, and we cut the end off each side so I can reach over the gun.
He's got a funnel.
Should I put exit solo layout or remove from stream? Your face is red. I don't know if it's for real or not, but
oh, that's hilarious.
I've been trying to talk Roger back over his Pinocchio comment.
You have to do better than that.
That's all I got.
You have to have sweat stains just for break-in reasons on a hat. There you go. I've watched this hat one too many times, I believe.
Look at that one. He won't go fishing without her. How sweet.
Oh, I used to say that. I'll leave that alone.
There you go.
Yeah, I've never said nobody I've ever dated has even liked fishing.
She liked the fish. She had a good time with it. Oh man.
Danny, you supposed to been gone an hour ago.
He been lurking. Waiting to see if anybody gonna talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm telling you. You gotta be careful talking on stream. You never know who's listening.
Nope. If you want a hat like this, contact Catfish and Crappie. I think he still has a few left.
Catfish and Crappie.
Hello, Star. How are you?
One's an 8 or 3,000. Does that go 33 bait rod? Oh, I could tell Curtis has been watching my videos for a while. Because
yes, we do, Alicia.
Curtis says I used to say free piercings and portraits.
Really? I've got a dog asking to go out, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
I always go fishing without my. There you go. There you go. I tell my therapist everything y'all say, Danny. Do you guys use Santee style rigs often? I do. I use a lot of Santee rigs, especially when I'm dragging. I like to get my bait up off the bottom, and I encounter a lot less snags. For me, on Ohio, we can only use 2 rods. And so one of my favorite things to do is we can use 3 hooks. And I run a rig that's about 7 feet long, to be honest with you, sometimes 8 feet long. And I'll put a big float on the very end. So I've got 3 different depths covered from the bottom. You know, I've got a hook and then another hook and another hook. So I may cover the bottom 3 foot of the water by running a 7 or 8 foot long leader. And so if they're suspended and whatnot, I can still get bait in front of their face. So I like them. So, guys, that's one thing I do. I know Curtis is still in here, but that's one of the things I do up on Hoover a lot. I'll run a 7 or 8 foot long rig and put 3 hooks on it and make up for the fact that I can only use 2 rods. Jodi, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I don't trust you. The grin on your face doesn't say nothing.
What grin?
The shit-eating grin you got right there.
Nah.
I'm looking forward to learning some boat techniques on the SS Minnow. Is that the name of your boat? If it is, and I should know that, I apologize. Do it like this, do it like that, do it.
There you go. I don't know if the Sharpie is about
Oh, man.
John Orler drawn on his face. Is that what that's about? Or is it writing your name on your cup?
What she's talking about is him drawing all over his face like a crazy person. And I don't know what Brian's saying, but whatever it is, you better not do it.
Go let him.
Out of my 100+ fishing trips, she came about 6 times. The SS Minnow, Google it. Well, I know what the SS Minnow is. I thought somebody named their boat that. I know a couple of different boats that are called that. Uncle Lou Rod, a Brad Dragon Weight, and a Chunky Rattler, and a massive Cat Daddy. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Write the name on your soda cup. Yeah.
I was going to buy a bag just to mess with her at the store the other day, but I didn't. I resisted the urge.
He gone.
I have them in my buggy and put them back.
Did you call it a buggy?
Shopping
Yep.
cart buggy. Yeah. Do.
Baby shark, do, baby shark. We've actually got a dog, Scooter's brother. We had that litter, and they all got named after Game of Thrones characters, except for mine, of course, named Scooter. But one of them we named Jon Snow, and then we named one Baby Ghost. And Ashland ended up with those 2. So now we sing Baby Ghost, do, and he just dances. You pick his legs up and he just dances around the living room. So cute. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh.
Has shark.
Gil and Don. So I call him Gil.
we got a fishing spot we call Gilligan's Island. These guys, they over the years, they put this big old boat. They used to have it up on the bank, and then they slid it down by the water. And apparently, it's not seaworthy, but they've added all this crap to it. And it looks like a big shipwreck, or like they crashed on the bank, and there's just stuff everywhere. We call it Gilligan's Island. It's a small creek that comes out right at it. It's actually a great fishing hole. One away from 600. Let's go, folks. Get Jodi to 100. So if you're here and you're not subscribed, what you waiting on? What you waiting on?
Hit that button. Get it.
You know, I hit 602 the other night. I needed 4. And they knocked me down to like 594, 592, and then took everyone I gained each day from then on. Wouldn't let me have them. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get them this week back. I don't know.
It's all. I don't like the raid parties or the big, hey, everybody go over and subscribe to so-and-so. Everybody runs over, they pick you up, and then, yay, you made it to 600, and everybody, laughs, or sometimes there's a prize given away, but then nobody really takes the time to watch a video, to comment, to like, and like you said, in a couple of days, they're gone. I don't know if you went into a live stream where everybody tried to help you out.
I went into Mike's and I got, I think, 6 people from Mike's. I'm there every night anyway. Where we've got new people coming in. They hook set me, and then they took they didn't give me none of them, and then took some of mine away, and then the ones I get the regular way they didn't give to me. So, but
it's going to be interesting to see. I know I was at 71. I mean, I have a video of it, but I was at 70 or 71, and then they took me back to 61 today.
Yeah.
And so since my video dropped, it'll be interesting to see how the numbers go.
Yeah. But, as far as you're talking about those groups where they grow your channel, I want fishing people, or at least outdoors people as my subscribers, because I like to know everybody. I try to know everybody by their name.
So I got a question just based off of this comment right here. First of all, Lone Stars Lounge, thanks for your support on the channels. I don't know if I'm one of them or not, but what I'd like to know is, what is it about live fishing that you guys like the most? You can't guarantee fish. Obviously, fish after fish is freaking awesome. But when there's not much fish being caught in the time in between, what's some of the things that you look for in a live stream that keep you engaged or keep you entertained? Besides Chunky's laugh, that's just you can't leave. That laugh is hook, line, and sinker. But I was just wondering, I try to talk to the chat and tell them about what I'm doing, share my rigs. I try to explain the body of water I'm at or why I'm fishing where I'm fishing. Are you trying to give a heart? And personality, man, good company. There you go. 3 twice that thing down 302, now 386. Yeah, I'll tell you, Dan, if you're watching it that closely, you're wasting too much time. You can't go drive yourself crazy watching it closely like that. I used to be the same way when I was, had lower sub counts. Not that I'm a big shot now, but honestly, when you stop paying attention to it so much and just kind of do your own thing, it'll take off on its own. When you stress yourself out and watch it that closely, you're just the chat in between the catch and the Chunky giggle.
Yes. That's a Lone Star right there. And then Jose right here. I go for the fishing. I stay for the chat. But yeah, I go to see a fish, but if you don't catch one, I still had a good time because I aggravated everybody in chat.
Yep.
So that's the only thing I don't like about going live. I feel I let people down if I don't catch one.
Oh no. You know how many anglers out there that don't go out and score big time? every time they go out. That's why we edit videos.
Yeah.
We don't see all the times you went out and caught 2 fish or caught no fish. You know, that's what the reality is behind the live fishing is you just don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? That next takedown could be a giant, could be a different species like you guys caught.
Yeah.
Could be the S word.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Indian.
said all along.
S word. You talking about sturgeon?
No.
I'm not
I
paying
caught a sturgeon.
Teach
I'll
me too, girl.
If you have caught a sturgeon, you're allowed to say the word sturgeon. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
caught
you
a sturgeon.
Oh, I have not. Rod
Thank
visibility.
you. I appreciate that.
There we go. I like has his answer. Rod visibility, reading and running chat, and entertaining are the 3 big ones for me that people should focus on when doing lives. That's very good. Yeah, if you're watching a live, you know, the rod visibility is a huge thing. You know, people want to see that takedown. They want to feel like they're actually out there fishing. You know, if they can't see the rods, you take that part of the experience away.
Yeah.
People
Yeah, they want
really-
to see you fishing or actively fishing, trying.
Mhm.
But, you know, the fish is a bonus.
Or you might even see a rod lost in the live stream. Are you making fun of me? I've lost 2 rods, I believe, in a live stream. I know for one I lost. I had a big audience. Throw it right down in the river like I meant to. He's saying, wrench, hurry, get his wrench.
I give him one. I don't know. I can't see if it's there or not.
He's got it.
Okay.
He was panicking. Chunky is a master of doing lives. The man has mad skills. Tim's right. Just do whatever Chunky does. But there's only one Chunky, and there probably will only ever be one Chunky, so you can't take that.
Yeah. And Dan was right about this. People, what do you feel about people being behind the camera or in front of the camera on a live? Do you want to see the person you're watching, or does it not make a difference? Or like not having to screen up, like cause she stepped away is the reason her screen's not up. But what do you feel about that when people are doing lives?
In my opinion, because like on my last live stream, I went back and looked at it, and for me, I had to be out of the way. So you either had to look at my face or look at the rods. And I figure everyone would rather see the rods. So I was pretty much off camera. Now, when I'm directly talking to somebody, I like to step in front of the camera and you know, address something. But, you know, it goes back and forth. I had to check and make sure the Has still had his wrench because Brian was going to get that.
Oh Lord. And see, Brian's laughing, so that's just the way it is.
Eugene says they like to see the person if they can.
I'm really glad you asked this, Roger, because it's great. Like for me, getting ready to start recording and doing lives and stuff, to know this, because this is really good.
Yeah, I mean, this is always there you go. Facial expressions are important. Yeah, I believe that 100%. Chris, hooks and hammocks, buddy. How are you feeling? I know that you've been down and out.
Aw, I've been missing you, Chris.
We're missing you, buddy. Hopefully you get to feeling a little bit better. You're up at 1:44 a.m. our time, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
He's usually up close around 4 or 5, I believe.
Hey, Chris.
I don't know why I keep coughing tonight.
Because you're usually you stayed up 2 hours. As you usually do. Usually off by 11:30.
That's true. I ain't got much to do tomorrow. Well, I got to.
I'm glad to hear that. Slightly better.
Good.
I hope
Good.
tomorrow you'll say a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be wild because I'll start learning how to record from the bank and doing things for the bank, and then I'll have to go through a whole new learning process when I, get out on the kayak. So it's going to be a big year of learning for me all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons for this question is, I kind of know what I do, and I kind of like to hear, because we have some different people in chat right here. And so I kind of wanted to get some different perspective on what people look for in a live stream and, what keeps them engaged and entertained.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't really get an answer from anybody besides people who produce the content, the bigger people. I'd like to hear what the smaller people think, or just the viewers think about people being on camera. You want them on front of the camera, or you want them behind it?
well, Hass said he doesn't want to look at Brian's ankles.
Yeah, but Hass is a pretty big channel.
Eugene Brooks said, I like to see the person if they can. Lone Star said, I don't care who's behind the camera as long as they can entertain. What would Chunky do?
All right, Brown B.
I always try to be actively chatting with everyone while I'm live. I'll be honest, there's a lot of good people that do that, but I think the first person that really got my attention as far as just wowed me was Fishing Magician. Unless he's fighting a fish, I don't think that guy misses a single comment. And I kind of wanted to adapt that into my live streaming because it shows the engagement, and you get a lot more comments and a lot more conversation going on in chat. I'll just be honest with you. If your chat dies on a live stream, even this format right here, if your chat dies, the show's over.
Yeah.
The three of us can only talk to each other for so long without you guys here. So if your chat dies, your live stream's over. And
because if you ain't got nobody watching what's used to being live.
Right.
You're trying to share stuff with people,
And yes, down the east, I would be very interested. So I'm sure if I would be interested, there's many other people that would be.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lyle just corrected me. Luke Hedges is the greatest of all live. Man, he is really good at live streams. If you don't know him, I don't know why he switched channels. He used to have Northwoods Angling, and that's none of my business what happened there, but he's got a new channel called Fish on Luke, and I think Mark's tapped out. I don't know if Mark's still here, but I don't know if Lyle has that link or access to it, but somebody has that link that he started a new channel, and Luke is awesome. He's super knowledgeable. He does, like Lyle says, he does fantastic live streams. He's very entertaining, and he catches fish, and he fishes all over the daggone place. You never know what he's going to be fishing for.
See if I can find it. You said it's Fish on Luke?
Fish on Luke, yeah.
He was actually on Facebook the other day asking for female anglers to be on a panel, and someone tagged me in it, and I told him I would do it.
There you go. It's a good opportunity.
I think it's in the spring when he's going to do it, though. So if anybody else is interested in it, find his Facebook page. And the only reason I knew it's because somebody tagged me in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fish on Luke, right there. I've got it. I actually pulled it off Mark's page. I'll go ahead and subscribe on here.
That's what happened to me. I typed it in, and Mark's podcast or stream that he did with Luke.
Yeah.
Actually showed up before his page did.
Yep. You said it was Fish on Luke.
Yep, I've got it.
I do too. I'm gonna beat you putting it in.
Probably.
Right here.
I can't even find your stream. You already got it in?
I'm gonna beat Boom. It in.
Lyle beat us both.
He did.
You already got it in? On my screen, I beat you. Lyle beat us both.
On mine, I don't see Lyle's.
He did.
He's up above us.
I hear somebody's thing.
That's me.
On mine,
That was me trying to beat you, but I failed.
yep.
But see, now that I've got that link, I'll go to my spreadsheet and I'll add him to the spreadsheet to where next time I can go straight there and I'll have him instantly.
Instead of me having to make a spreadsheet, why don't we come together and you share the spreadsheet?
No, I done learned my lessons sharing shit with you.
What, the channel cat hole?
Yeah. I share it with Jody and she uses it against me.
Oh, goodness. I forgot about that. Look at there. Luke was my man. I need to screenshot that.
Uh-oh. It was my original online son. Yeah, Luke's been doing it a long time. I don't know, like when you go back how far, for a lot of the OGs, but Luke is definitely an OG.
Okay. Backwoods Misfit. Are you the one with the German Shepherds?
I lost my other channel.
One of them just reached 1K and then was doing something with it and accidentally deleted their channel. They had to start over.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know
That's
that was
cool.
possible on accident.
Yeah, Melissa just shared it right there, but I'm just trying to figure out if he's the one that's on with Avid all the time or if he's the one with the German Shepherds.
I'm not sure.
If he'd write in comment, I'd just be curious to know. But right there's his link if anybody wants to. I like both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, as long as you're outdoors or something related to what I'm interested in, that's the kind of people I want as subscribers. Let's see. I can go back and find it. Yep, it's the one with the German Shepherd. So he hosts his online panels late of the night.
Mm.
I enjoy going in, watching, and listening. So if anybody wants to hook him up, right there is his link. Melissa dropped it.
I think I've hook set him, but I haven't been in there and hung out. I'll have to go in there and check it out.
Yeah. I can't do anything with it, so I'll have to find you later tonight and hook set it. Every time I click it, it makes it go on screen. Fishing for Whiskers.
Hey.
Oh, Ricky. No. Ricky is fishing. Yeah. Am I getting confused? Fishing for Dreams? Catfishing for Dreams. It's been a long night. I done forgot.
Catfish and Dreams is Brandon Enix.
Brandon.
Yeah, he's from Ohio.
That ain't Ricky because that ain't his profile.
Right. I did think of something there.
Not live.
Good night, buddy.
Good night, Lyle.
Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Or Cindy.
It's not bed bugs, it's mayflies.
Mayflies. Oh man, they're terrible.
I hate those things.
Something I thought about a minute ago when it comes to being new and making content is that audio is more important than video, or at least equal.
Okay.
Bad audio, whether it be like wind noise, background noise, not be able to hear you speak, things like that, will lose your audience just as fast as poor video quality will. So something to kind of keep in your back of your mind is how to get that, the best audio you can. For most people, it's going to be an external mic with a dead cat muff thing over the end, and that'll pretty much fix all your problems. They make adapters for phones, GoPros, your camera, all that stuff. But audio, if I could give anybody, advice on a new channel, would be make sure your audio, as you put effort into your audio just as much as you do your video.
Okay, I definitely will do that because I don't have anything. I just got my camera. It just came in the other day, so I haven't even started. That's definitely something I'll look into because thanks for telling me. Any of these pointers, I'll take them. I need them.
Yeah, well, that's why it's so easy, because you and Jodi both ask a lot of questions, and they're not. I hate to say they're not silly questions, because I don't think there are really a lot of silly questions, but you guys ask a lot of questions that lead us to believe that you're knowledgeable. You got a pretty good idea of what you're doing, and you're wanting to fine tune your skills. So it makes it a lot easier and a lot more rewarding to pass out information to folks that are receptive.
Yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a student. I just want to learn.
Was Hog Leg going live at 2:00 here?
Yeah, I need to get his link. Melissa, have you dropped it yet? Can you drop that for everybody? And then I don't know if I can pin it at the top or not. I'll try. And because I'm going to close right here in a minute.
I was hoping. I'm sleepy.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for watching. And everybody that was on panel, appreciate it.
We'll wait a minute till we get the link up there for for Hog Leg. If you guys haven't had enough, we still got 58 people hanging out here watching you guys.
There's 58 people. If you want to check out Hog Leg, Lisa's going to drop a link, and he does a little talk show, kind of like what I've done tonight in a way.
Spoiler alert: the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee is my son.
Really?
Ooh.
And he said his name was Rondo, fishing for whiskers. So that's good to know. I love that name, Itty Bitty Committee, Itty Bitty Kitty Committee.
It's fun to say. It's hard to say it right.
It makes me want to sing that Yellow Polka Dot Bikini song.
Oh yeah.
It makes me want to. That's in my head every time I say it.
Yeah,
that one and Dink Over Stink. Every time I say them, it makes me smile. So I like them.
So
here we go. We got the link out there for the Boar's Nest.
Right there it is.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can go up here to the top of this page and put it up there.
And guys, I just want to say thank you again for all the support. My video dropping today. I really appreciate everybody that took the time and went and watched it. And hit that subscribe button and gave me a chance. I just really wanted to thank everybody, and I wanted to thank Jodi and Roger and everybody that's helped me and been so supportive. I'm really grateful. So thank you guys.
We just hit 100 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, baby.
100 thumbs up. So if you haven't hit the thumbs yet, do it on your way out. Jodi, I surely appreciate it.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.